design. I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in. Don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Recruit Grand Finals match. We have ABW's First Son and the party animal franchise's Pachanga Pandas currently on the map bans. Looks like it's going to be Ancient for map 1, which is an interesting pick, and then Dust 2. Puggy map for map ban or map pick number 2 as we wait for the decider to come through. I am your friendly neighborhood Smokey, and alongside me tonight is Counter-Strike and Mr. Cool. Gentlemen, welcome aboard.
Hey, glad to be here.
Next band is Nuke, and it's all up to Anubis and Train. I think it was you, Cool, that said we might have a Train map for the grand final.
Both teams had pretty tight run games on Train, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see Train as a decider.
Bro,
And
there
it
we
is.
go. Train
And
the
there it is.
decider. You spoke it into existence, big dog. Interesting pick. I mean, for Ancient, you have First Son. They're 1-3 on it, so they've had a pretty rough going for Ancient. And then I think map 2
D2 from
was Dust. Yeah, map 2 is Dust.
That's definitely an interesting pick from First Son. You know, they were dominant on it, and I believe their DB game. But I don't believe that's a map we saw a lot of play out of them in the regular season. I think they played one
once,
game
and they
lost to Wet in a, I don't want to say a blowout, but it was, I think, 3-13, somewhere in that neighborhood.
It was I want to say it was 3-13. Let me check real quick. Where the hell is Dust?
Gotta say, I put in recruit chat today. I was hoping to see some DE nuke action. I was hoping they'd run it down on Cedar Creek, but
Bro. Yeah, a nuke game would have been hella fun. I'm surprised. I should say I'm not surprised, but I kind of am for a Dust 2 pick. I'm really surprised for Ancient because the Pachanga Pandas, they're 2-1 on the season, and they've also won 2 Ancient games on postseason. They won one against the Blender Battalion 5-13, and then they won one against Mist 5-13. So they've been pretty dominant on Ancient in the postseason. And even just regular season, they won 13-10 against Fly Traps and then 6-13 against Blender Battalion. So I'm looking for a really strong PA franchise on map 1, and then maybe we'll see First Son squeeze something out of map 2 and bring us to a Train decider. It'll be fun. I'm very interested to see what each team pulls out of their sleeves.
I'm definitely excited, and the D2 pick from ABW is a little bit surprising, but after their last showing against, I believe it was DB, it does make sense. You know, you have the shooters, you have the firepower. Take it to that Puggy map just to ensure you get there.
it's definitely for sure a little uncanny, but I think maybe they were potentially looking at PA's bans. They tend to ban Dust 2 last, so maybe they're trying to get one on them. Maybe they're just practicing the map. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, they did win that 9-13 against Rift Raiders postseason. And let's see, I think they played it once. Yeah, and they lost against Mist 13-10. So even though they lost one, they won one. It wasn't really it was a pretty tight loss regardless.
Against one of the better teams here.
Yeah, so and against the best team out of Recruit this season, besides losing pretty hard against Pachanga Pandas of all teams in the postseason. But yeah, and even though we haven't had a lot of Dust 2 experience on either side of the playing field throughout this season, it's, as y'all said, it's one of those Puggy maps. It's a map that's been done to death. So you can just throw stuff on the wall and see what sticks. Whether you have the IGL 180 call or not, you can just play round by round and just, take it to them.
Yeah, absolutely, but you got to be on the lookout. Azor, Deity, and Price M are 3 players on PA who have just absolutely come alive in the postseason. So we'll see if the ABW can make it, but that's definitely a nail biter if I was ABW.
ABW's definitely got their work cut out for them. But Pachanga Pandas, man, they've had a tough season. They won the first 3 games, and then they haven't won one since, besides somehow scraping it by their teeth to the playoffs. And then getting a 2-1 series victory over the Blunder Battalion, and then blowing Mist out of the water, 5-13 and a 9-13 victory to blow them 2-0. That is probably the most surprising postseason series that I've seen so far, especially out of
Absolutely.
recruits here, because Mist were looking fantastic the entirety of the regular season.
I mean, I put Cal right up there along with them. I think they were both 8-2 teams during the regular season, and both of them get blown out 2-0 in the postseason semifinals.
Very
So,
tough indeed. I mean, we're definitely seeing a recruit finale that a lot of people weren't expecting. It is for sure two dark horses in the race vying for the number one spot.
Yeah, last season when I was recruiting, I think it was the Premier Grand Finals. It was the lowest seed team made it all the way to the finals and won the Premier Championship. So it'll be pretty badass if we can see the same thing happen in recruit for this season 16.
everybody loves an underdog story, and PA's definitely got their work cut out for them, but I think it's more than doable.
Oh yeah, but say just play smart. Like if nothing else, it's a best of 3 tonight. You've already proven your worth, especially against teams like Mist and Blunder Battalion. So just play it smart. Like you don't have to do anything flashy. You've got a solid couple of map picks on either side and a train decider, which both teams have won on in the postseason. So it'll
Now
be that's a crazy pick.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with the limited amount we've seen trade played across most tiers this season, especially in recruit. I don't think we saw a single match day played on train in recruit.
Yeah, neither team played train in the regular season, but both teams played one game and won the sole game that they played in the postseason to make it towards this grand final. Enders and Company going to go ahead and lead the CT side off. Looks like they are paused, maybe for some tech issues.
Might
We'll
be
wait them
some
out. But yeah, Enders is on my list of guys who I think is going to lead the First Sun to a potential victory tonight. He's been a key player the entirety of this season and postseason. His average rating is what was it?
I believe it was a
It's like
108.
yeah, it's 1.08. So I'm thinking if anybody can pull something out of the bootstraps, it's going to be him. Either him.
He's had a pretty
or
electric postseason run, but Fresh is also not one to. He has been having an incredible season, a season to be looked at.
We'll see
Fresh
some
as
quick
well.
donut aggression.
Let's say quick donut aggression. A plant already down. Puts them on the back foot on the CT side. Gonna have to activate very quickly. It's a 3-on-3 retake.
Two
Zolf-
going CT.
Oh no, it's off with
Enders.
the TK already. No, and that's gonna be a quick round win for Pachanga Pandas. Oh Lord have
Maybe it's
mercy.
just finals jitters. I mean, like the stakes are the highest they've ever been this season. So I mean, they'll come back, but that is definitely a tough one for the first round.
Yeah, that's salt in the wound right there. You lose the round and a TK. Just started off. I mean, this is recruit tier, but Lord have mercy. I know you're going for the 6K, but that's not the way to go about it. It is only pistol round, so they have a cup. So it's not the end of the world. I mean, you did
And
get
I
a
believe
couple
we
solid
are on
kills.
another tech right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're having some issues in the server, but yeah, I mean, what an electric round to start. Already,
Absolutely.
pistols and lead thrown down the range, left and right, center at TK. Lord have mercy, a quick bomb plant, donut aggression. Always fun to see these electric pistol rounds come through because that's how you really establish confidence as a team coming into a grand final like this.
You know, you got to come out swinging, and you swing hard, just like we saw PA do right there. But another player to look out for on the ABW side is Asawando. He's had multiple 1vx clutches in this postseason, and he's been absolutely critical in securing these do or die rounds for ABW.
Ace is for sure a fragging IGL, makes the right calls, and can also slap meat around and get some kills when needed too. Definitely an all-star player.
Yeah, Asawandu is. I feel like there isn't really a player not on this First Sun team that can make a serious impact as like a standalone player. That being said, you know, it takes the whole team to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. and get the dub. But it'll be interesting to see what Ace and company pulls out of their pockets for this one.
I definitely agree with you there, Smokey. The ABW motto this season is "It takes a village," and they have a very strong foundation and have evidently gone a very far way.
We will be seeing an eco split push for mid and shell coming up.
Ace trying to
Razor
crack
gets
things
two here
open.
in Jaguar.
Yeah. Ace trying to crack things open. Razor with a quick double, more SMG money farming, and another quick 2. And
We're gonna
Freeze
have
gonna
Michael
lead the
Sark
charge
in a
with the last
1-5.
CC.
Freeze going in, getting them, and Azor gets picked.
You know,
Yeah,
I
just-
like to see that. I like to see that early round aggression, especially on an eco from ABW. It's just that they didn't hit the right site. You know, unfortunate. Gambles sometimes don't pay off, but I like the thinking there.
No, yeah, the pistol and the pistol plus ones, especially, just gonna straw stack a site. It's just a gamble made, and if you lose it, you just either trying to body a onesies or twosies to get an exit frag, or just straight up 5-stack the re-aggression towards the bomb plant site and just try to make something out of it. More quick util going down mid. It's gonna be Michael Sark and Fresh. And the nice quick opener. DD open. Oh, almost caught with his nade out, but still falls to Fresh and Fresh with another kill, this time with the price end. This is looking a lot better for First Son. Haven't lost a man yet, and it's going to be a 2-on-5 for the Pachanga Pandas.
Bomb is outside of main. They are taking space.
Azor making a very slow, calculated push through a main, trying to get a little bit of map control towards the side. Oh, he's going to spot the elbow of the lone CT of Ace. He's got back behind him. They're going to go ahead and try to force it onto Sai. Azor with the quick trade, but Razor goes down as well, so it's a 1v4 now. He can at least farm a little bit of money with the Mac. He's got a kill already, and he has the bomb. Plenty of time to work with as well, but he's really between a rock and a hard place. As the CT is going to come barreling in. First one's going to be Enders. Falls, but Michael's
quick trade.
Yeah, Michael started with a double swing, quick trade. That's going to make this a little bit more doable for the First Son. Getting their first round on the board. A solid re-aggression and a nice response from the first 2 rounds from Pachanga Pandas. This is what you want to see on the CT side.
Absolutely. That was a full bonus round from PA, though. They didn't convert any of their Max or P90s into AKs, so I don't think they're too upset with the damage they did there.
Yeah, AKs across the board for this CT or for this T side of Pachanga Pandas. And Ace is going to stick with the FAMAS as well. A little bit of eco. Not all the nades you want as well. A little lacking the util department, but Razor as well. Nice quick open on Zolf. Fresh with the trade, and Michael Sark as well onto Eisen. Deity takes down Michael Sark. Some more sprays coming through right next to mid, and that is Deity once again trying to make a name for himself. Collect a little extra util by his fallen comrade and swing on over to a main. Price M squished down, very low HP as well, only 10 HP in a dream, but it's still a 3-on-3 Enders. Also lit very hard. Deity still waiting, biding his time by mid. If nothing
Love
else,
this donut smoke here.
Yeah, he's just waiting for any re-aggression through Donut if they decide to get antsy and push towards mid. But he's going to go all the way through Cave.
Has a lovely timing in Cave here on PK Freeze.
Yeah, and
Oh, never
Enders.
mind, I'm so wrong.
Yeah, Enders, low HP, is going to go ahead and fall, and that's from Price's AK. And it's going to go ahead and activate the rest of these Ts to go ahead and get the quick plant. And First Son, they're going to go ahead and push this, albeit a little bit. They're over in Red Room now, pushing towards the back of site. Fresh falls, Price with a nice blind kill. Ace, the fragging IGL, trying to go for an exit, can't make anything out of it, and he's going to run with his tail tucked between his legs. No ace for him this round.
An unfortunate round for ABW. They just got caught out in the mid round with two players leaning towards A site and one on B. T's in the exact opposite formation. You know, not much you can do there once T's get onto that site.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, sites are pretty difficult to retake on this ancient map. Ace is going to try to hold another rifle, and he does. And that puts the CT side of First Son in a really awkward position economically. Not a lot of money between them. Michael has about 4.6k to buy. Zolf had 4.
And we won't see a force out of ABW, I don't think. They are going to play discipline like we've seen them playing in this postseason.
Yeah. Playing smart. A couple upgraded pistols buying for the rest of the gang, so they can make with that what they want to. Still AKs across the board for Pachanga Pandas, but Fresh opening kill onto Deity with the USBS. Fresh might go for the jump up over here
Razor
towards Cat as
sneaking
well.
into cave here.
Razor might catch him off guard, but Azor, quick opener to knock open this Bravo site. Bomb will go down as well, but they're still not ready, and Zolf catches him off guard over in cave, and a swing out through the main ramp. PK Freeze on the hunt, but can't secure the kill. Zolf with another one, but Azor, another blind kill, this time into Michael Stark. Match that as well onto Fresh, and Ace onto Azor. Price and Zolf knocked out as well, and Ace, my lord, a double kill to clutch it up and get the defuse.
What a round from
retake,
ABW.
man.
I was about to say, trades back and forth, quite chaotic, and it comes out towards the CT's favor, making this just a one-score game.
And now we saw
Clawing
this in
their
the
way to
last
keep it
game they
tied.
played as well. ABW has been on point with their retakes. We saw it again when they went against Cal last week. They move as one, they retake as a unit, and it's paying off in dividends so far.
Hey, yo, projection coming in with the fancy little stat lines with the timeout. I like this. Azor with a KD of 2.3, looking mighty fine out there, and Fresh not far behind with a 1.25, 5 and 4 in the game with just 1 assist. Enders and PK Freeze, got to bring your stat lines up a little bit, partners. I know y'all got this. Come on, brothers.
We've got Azor looking like our impact player of the game so far, but it's still very early on in the set. Anything can happen here in the recruit finals.
We will see PA buying for next this round.
Yeah, they're going to buy a little bit. You got a Galil, a couple of 3 Mac 10s, and an upgraded pistol for Azor. So they've got some stuff to work with, but only really Deity with any util, so they're going to have to go play fast and play tough with this Bravo side.
Gets one.
Oh, he kills himself with a molly too.
We've seen 2 TKs so far.
Lord have mercy. One on each side. But see, I know he wanted to molly deeper in towards cave because you can hold like a really cheap off angle. So the swing out from the op to get Cubby nets PK Freeze an easy frag. Looks like Fresh
being able to go into
will lead the charge over.
Looking towards PK Freeze, sees him, takes him out.
Michael Stark as well. Nice kill into Razor, and it's going to be a 2-on-3 retake. A doink comes out, and Price secures the kill into Fresh. Michael Stark for the trade, though.
Stark, Azor, 1v2 situation. Does Azor have what it takes?
He's going to swing with a pistol, bait him out a little bit. Let's say Ace can just hold this down now. Doesn't even matter. Michael Stark finishes off with a USPS. Nice headshot. And another round win by the CT side, tying it up 3-piece.
That self TK, honestly, it still opened up the site, but again, ABW with these retakes have been formidable.
If you're PA, though, you're not too upset. That was a save round for you. You're buying for next. You got a bomb down, and you did some good damage to the CTs. Their econ is stretched a bit thin here. They get a full buy, but next round, if they lose this one, it's not looking good.
Yeah, their coffers will be spread out completely. No money to spend.
Price for the op, as well as Zolf. Might see some op-on-op actions. PK Freeze trying to hold a little bit towards over on elbow. Price misses the opening shot. No
Enders
connection.
being aggressive out of Jaguar. Goes down to Price.
Let's say the swing out is no good. Price and PK Freeze both getting kills of their own. It's going to be a 3-on-4 this time. But Deity and Freeze both have a lot of damage on their own side. Ghost really heavily. Zolf lit half health with the op though, yeah.
Great molly from Deity.
Deity, oh, molly is bad. Falls in the smoke. Doesn't matter. It still gets a donut swing by Ace. They're going to go ahead and activate towards his Ace side. And Michael Stark in the middle of them gets 2. Gets 2 before Razor takes him out, looking like a casting couch video. And this is a very doable 1-on-2. They haven't even planted the bomb yet. They will smoke towards the CT spawn, though. Oh, the op just almost connects. And Zolf is stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's going to go ahead and push very heavily out towards the very back of sight by Cave. This is going to be really awkward. No score has to come in. Oh, he even tagged him!
Oh my God,
the
Zolf!
USPS. Zolf, my brother in Christ, the double kill and defuse with a double kill to secure the round. Oh my God. And that brings First Son up 4-3. Jesus fucking Christ.
If I was PA, I
What
would be
a
a little bit
retake.
scared at this point. The momentum is shifting in First Son's favor. Michael Sark with a crazy 3K in the middle of three people mid, gets 2K, and Zolf cleaning up handedly with that op.
That one's got to hurt if you're PA.
That's honestly, that's salt in the wound right there. That's tough because you have him. He's with the op, having to re-swing a very close, very awkward angle. And like I said before, these retakes have just been crucial. First Son have been phenomenal with the retakes. They're even at man disadvantages, and they're still somehow coming out on top.
You know, with the force into it or the light buys, it's somewhat of an excusable round to lose on those retakes, but that's just heartbreaking if you're PA losing in that 1v2.
Yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow.
I think First Son, and correct me if I'm wrong, is 3-0 with retakes.
I'm pretty sure they are. They've been an absolute monster.
I don't believe so. I do think we saw Ace Wanda save on a bomb plant round.
Right. No, you're right. You're all right.
2-1. Classic spams down middle, Fresh with a kill through the smoke on Azor as Deity. Okay, the walk through by the bot is
Fresh
able
gets
to. Let's see, yeah, Fresh with a double Enders, one of his own on a freeze. Razor swings back for the refrag onto Enders, and it's now a 1-on-3 clutch up moment for Razor. He's gonna kill he's gonna kill already this round. Gonna have to go for the 4K. We've seen him do some pretty incredible things throughout this season. Oh, and an absolute 180 snapping, the absolute snapping headshot onto Zolf. 180 shot. He's going to try to fake him out. You've got Ace slowly rotating, making his way over towards, elbow. He just smoked it, and he's going to line away to the smoke. But Fresh is still holding towards Cat, over towards his double door side. He's going to calm him out as soon as he sees him. Ooh, the one tap is almost there.
Now, Razor is a player. He's got a chip to his name. We've seen him do crazy stuff before. Plenty of health. 1v2 situation. This is so doable.
Yeah, let's say, hold the back of quad, play smart. Looks like Ace is going to head towards B ramp, and Fresh is going to be in tow. Okay. So both of them are going to go towards ramp side, neither towards red. Ooh, Razor can't hold the angle. Fresh with the final kill and the defuse.
4K to boot.
Yeah, 4K. Lord have mercy. And that's another solid round for the CT side of First Son. They've been making it look good. Real good.
Absolutely. I mean, PA's just been losing out on these early trades and sending themselves into the mid round at a man disadvantage. They got to figure out some way to bring some early aggression or not fight for these early trades.
Yeah, the aggression hasn't been doing them that many favors, especially towards mid. They've been consistently losing the individual one-on-ones, especially for early round plays.
Another light buy from PA.
Yeah, 3-Mac, scratch that. 4-Mac 10s is just a Galil with one molly and one frag. They're going to go and crack open this A site with just sheer bodies alone. They've calmed out the off over towards back side over in Cave. The donut CT is activating as well. Zolf, nice off kill though, but Razor onto Fresh, so it's going to make this a little bit more easy. Anders takes on Azor as well, and Michael Sark as well. Razor gets a trade kill though, and it's going to be 2-on-3. Bomb has not even gone down yet. These teams are between a rock and a hard place. Anders onto Razor, scratch that onto PK Freeze as well. Razor.
This coordination is unheard of for Recruit.
Let's see, Anders with a triple for the round. He's been stacking bodies this whole game so far. 5 and 8 on the game.
That 3Ks from Enders was exceptional. That just absolutely brought that round back into ABW's favor.
Let's say, first half was looking a little bit more towards Pachanga Pandas, but First Son have been running away with it. 4 defuses and a squad wipe the last 5 rounds going towards their favor. Looking really rough for Pachanga Pandas. They got to turn this half around if they want to look into a solid CT half. Classic E-Kill dumps going left, right, and center. Price going to kind of toss a flashbang, and Razor with a nice boost kill from the AK. Takes down Zolfa. Enders with a quick swing out.
An early
Make it a
jagged
double.
Reckon, taking 2.
Anders has been making these ballsy plays towards Jaguar. And Michael Stark taking down Azor over by B Ram. They're going to go ahead and re-smoke it as well. Razor trying to make something out of this. Some no-scopes through the smoke. Didi getting one onto Ace over towards middle. He's going to post up through the caves now. Walking ever so slowly. Trying to draw him out a little bit. Nice headshot onto Fresh. And that makes it a little bit more doable. 2-on-2. Didi doesn't have that much damage, but
Razor,
the headshot rings through.
And Didi cleaning up.
The double swings come into fruition. Razor with 2 and Deity with 3. My God, these men are carrying the Pachanga Pandas on their backs, both with 10 kills so far this game.
We got to talk about Enders some more, man. He has been gambling. He has been playing hard. He has been making crazy aggressive plays on CT. I like that he is playing proactively. It's working out in First Sun's favor. It's more along the lines of, like, how long can this be sustained? Will PA catch on to this? Will they clear these angles? Or is he going to keep getting away with murder?
Yeah, some of their aggressive plays have been met with a stone wall, but Razor, of all people, has been really ringing true. I see him getting another couple of solid kills. Peaky Freeze one of his own as well.
Eco coming in from ABW after that last round.
Yeah, they're going to at least try to get a couple of 1-digs with this, or just go for exits.
Get yourself a rifle and get out.
Ace carrying them. The Deagle Sweep almost comes through, but the flash assists ring out. Deity and Azor finish the round off, and that's going to make this just a 1-score game. Pachanga Pandas coming back, could even this out as we come up to the final round of the first half.
Nice little team ace there from PA. Starting to see a little bit of coordination clicking together on the PA side.
Let's say if PA can come and ring this to a 6-6 into the first half, like, you can't really be mad about it.
No, absolutely not. I mean, so far it's been a very close game, very tight back and forths, but the ABW's just had the edge in the mid-round retakes.
Looks like more aggression towards Bravo's side.
Enders again pushing out early.
So this time towards
PK Freeze.
Yeah, this time towards B ramp. PK Freeze gets a trade though. It's a 4-on-4. But Zolf, an awkward hog drive with Zolf, can't make it come through. Zolf gets his head taken off, and Azor and Deity kills of their own as well. This could be almost another team ace. PK Freeze has 2.
Don't put this past Ace Alando.
Solando, the team one is back in a 1v3 situation here. Lurking through the smoke.
Ace Wandabu has had some pretty key moments throughout the season as a fragging IGL. DB is lit very hard, doesn't matter. A quick swing and a quick home run with a headshot.
6-6 First Sun and Pachanga Pandas. This is about as good of Counter-Strike as you will see in the recruit tier. 6-6 on Ancient, keeping it as competitive as humanly possible. This is great. What do we want to see out of each teams as they're switching sides?
I'm expecting a little bit more aggression with Pachanga Pandas. They played pretty aggro on their T side. I'm interested to see how aggressive they will be on towards their CT half.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, and both teams have had lasting success with Ancient through this postseason. So this isn't really a surprise that we see them neck and neck, pound for pound, an absolute slugfest of a game.
Amen to that. They are truly going blow for blow, keeping it incredibly honest and competitive here. Looks like we've got First Sun going for a B-rush on pistol. Zolf running out to the smoke, connecting on PK Freeze, taking the fight towards Razor, goes down. Enders takes that prize. Enders going in for another one on Razor.
Yeah, Enders with a double kill so far this round, taking the fight to the CTs of Pachanga Pandas. Deity trying to slowly swing out from Cave. He's going to go ahead and play the patient game, just waiting it out. Both Deity and Azor towards the entrance of Cave. Deity takes down Ace as well. Michael Stark gets the last 2 onto Azor and Deity. That's going to be a double for him on the round. Both Enders and Michael, doubles. Looking rather good on this T-side pistol. Well, that'll build confidence coming in towards the second half.
Now here's PA's chance to answer the momentum that ABW was showing earlier, showing their ability to win those eco rounds where in all reality, they shouldn't be able to take those. Let's see if PA can make something similar happen here.
Yeah, they'll either, I'm guessing there's gonna be a five-man rush mid. Okay, it's a 4-man rush mid, and then he's gonna have the solo towards Cat. Enders with one,
Enders
scratch that
getting
2.
right through the smoke. Can
Yeah,
he
let's
connect and
say.
get a third on the donut? Donut player looks like they're falling back.
Yeah,
They
it's gonna
have
be
mid
Fresh
control.
taking down
He's going back
Price.
towards. Ooh, Enders goes down to Deity. Deity goes down to Fresh. 3 out going on towards A with 1 in donut.
Yeah, it's gonna be a quick mop from this T side. I like Fresh mid. And you know, you had one blitzing towards by Cat, just didn't really work out. I mean, you got like what, 1 or 2 kills in the round, made it a little more expensive for the T's. But in reality, I mean, it's as good as you really gonna get from a T-side rush.
We're seeing an instant mid smoke here from Michael Sark.
They're trying to play off any mid aggression, but you still have both Deity and Azor on mid. Deity goes down very quickly. Azor with the trade though onto Fresh, so not all is lost, but a quick peek towards A main on this T side. First Son trying to crack open this A site very quickly. Razor with the quick response gets
Sark
one.
takes out Razor.
Michael Sark with the refrag.
Azor ready in donut.
Yeah, he's gonna make the swing out. Nice connection. Takes
Takes
down
out
Ace.
Azor. Ace, my bad.
Michael Sark very heavily gushed. Zolf with full HP, but he's got a max 10. Price M is aware of the backstab, takes him out very quickly, and it's off to Michael Sark. He's just gonna have to save this rifle. Swapping one Galil for another, I guess.
I
Maybe
guess
go for
that
some
skin was
exits?
nicer.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's got a stat track.
Exactly. Number go up. You gotta respect it.
Hey, there's a dick sticker on it too. Nice.
Yo, Sark, hit F, brother.
The swing is no good. Jiggle peaks get Price M another kill on the board for him. He's got 2 for the round, as does Azor.
Great rotates coming in from a PA there. Perfect timing, crunching in onto that A side once they see that that's an A hit.
Yeah, the responses have been pretty phenomenal from Pachanga Pandas so far whenever they do get them and they're not on a full eco. They've been playing pretty aggressively. At least 2 down mid every single round. They try to either straight up nade towards elbow or just wait for any aggression towards mid, and then both, I think last round it was Deity and Razor. They pushed towards mid, see there was no immediate kills, and then they dip towards Donut in case that there's a main push. And their gambles are right on the money.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen an instant smoke. I believe they're only double mollying elbow. So they do want to take those fights in mid early.
Yeah, they're trying to make First Son pay for any aggression. Another instant smoke. Looks like they're going to body B site now. A full T side of Mac 10.
Fresh leading the charge. Gets 1 on Price. Swinging out towards the other one. Picked up by Ender.
Price with his nade out and his pants down and dick out. Goes down hard. And Enders, another kill. This time under Razor. Picks up the M41S. And this is just absolute monstrosity. The MP9s are absolutely farming. All up to Deity in 1v4. Can't get anything out of it. Michael Sark, another punishing headshot with a Mac 10. And that's just more money to line these T-sides pockets. We'll see if Pachanga Pandas opt to buy anything this round. Their economy is pretty tight. Looks like maybe upgraded pistols. Couple of Deegs, a nade for PK Freeze. Izor sticking with the USPS. And they're going to go ahead and stick towards a Bravo site. And Price M with a little bit poke towards mid from red, but he's going to fall back towards entrance of CT. Gets a tag on a Fresh, but is going to quickly fall. Fresh pushing hard from red towards CT spawn. And the rest of the CT will opt to rotate. And with a quick double.
And a quick triple.
And Ace to finish the round. That's going to make this double digits for First Son.
Yeah, you know, if you're PA, you got to start sweating a little bit here. You know, you CT half, you've traded out a couple of rounds, but you're starting to lose out that momentum. This round is almost do or die for PA.
Yeah, PA are looking rougher on the edges, but they will force up with an AWP of all guns. And 4 A1Ss across the board for the rest of the team. A little lacking on util, not everything that you probably want, but I guess they're going to go over straight firepower rather than utility. Enders holding elbow, waiting for the rush. It won't come their way. Deity opted to peek, and he gets absolutely denied by Enders. The quick double kill is not good. Azor with the trade onto Enders and Price onto Fresh. It's a 4-on-3 now. Enders with a lone kill on the CT side. He went down early. Zolf trying to make something out towards the cave. The flash against the floor geometry, no good. Almost has Price's number, but not quite. Zolf falls, but Ace will quickly try to go for the plant. And is caught out. The double swing is almost there, but Freeze swaps out for the sidearm and is good to go. Takes on Michael Sark, and that is a double for him on the round. Standing high, standing tall, a breath of fresh life into the CT side of Pachanga Pandas.
Absolutely. That's exactly the round you needed if you're PA. Get a little bit of momentum, a little bit of that econ back in your favor. But we will still see another buy coming out of ABW here.
Yeah, they still got a lot of money to burn. Pressure almost 7,000 even with after this buy, and Michael Stark almost 5.5K still in the bank. So their economy really isn't all that bad, but they're going to go ahead and straight up try to body B site. A little bit of util coming out. Oh, and that molly is going to hurt them as well towards the ramp. PK Freeze almost caught with his nade out and util down. Michael Stark the first one to fall. PK Freeze gets straight out very quickly though. And Zolf swings through.
On Price.
Yeah, the swing through on Cave, absolutely denying any retake. But Azor holding his own towards the entrance of B ramp. It's going to be a 3-on-3. Scratch that finish. DD falls, as does Razor. Zolf making this round his absolute fucking bitch. A triple for him on the round. And Azor tucks his tail between his legs and just runs away like a scared child. First son, scratch that, 11-8.
Yeah, you know, PA needs this eco if they want any chance of this game not going into overtime.
Yeah, they're playing with fire right now. Azor could get Zolf.
It's a quick and easy kill here.
Yeah, just a little bit of compensation money to line his pocket.
Can you get the second one? Oh, that's brutal.
Ooh. Yeah, that's...
Isawando taking out Azor when they needed that eco pretty badly there.
Yeah, that saved rifle could have done them so much better. But now they're stuck.
Enders going from 0 to hero with a 0.2 when we first looked at the scoreboard, to now to 3-6. 19 kills, 14 deaths, putting the team on his back with Sark, going crazy, getting the kills that are needed to get done, and leading the first Sun to an 11-8 round so far.
Let's see a potential win from bottom fragging to topping the leaderboard. Enders has been the talk of the town so far this game.
Truly a rags to riches story. And again, I said it the last time we were on stream. This man under pressure, he's kind of like a piece of coal. You know, enough pressure becomes a diamond.
You know, they say pressure makes diamonds, yes sir.
Looks like we will see PA playing for the long game, willing to take it to overtime on an eco here.
It's going to be tough. Neither team has played in OT so far this postseason. And Enders breaking out the op, trying to get a little aggressive over towards the A main push. And the ugly sprays through mid. Zolf trying to make some connections, but goes down hard after the quick trade out. Izor, the one with
fresh jump spotting.
Turtle. Let's say a jump spot over towards CT spawn. And Fresh is going to go ahead and molly out the back of sight. And more smoke spams. No quick connections though. All 4 CTs still standing tall. Enders. Ops does not connect, but Azor does with a 5-7. Michael Stark with a quick trade, and that is a 3-on-3 this time. Scratch that, 3-on-2 with Fresh onto Razor with the AK. Price has a rifle of his own picked up from earlier this round. Gonna try to make something out of it. Enders Op just not connecting this round, but it doesn't really matter. And they're going to go ahead and call for this save. They are really playing for overtime super hard now. PK Freeze trying to maybe get an exit frag out of a main. Holding real close with the MP9. Starlight Protector is a goated skin, I will say. He could get Enders. And The only thing that op away is going to be crucial.
Oh,
Enters
my
with the
goodness,
quick
Andrews.
snapshot on the PK freeze. That will deny the CT op steal. And even one less rifle to go with for this
PA
final
needs just about a
potential round.
miracle for that to go to overtime.
Yeah, a
Fresh
miracle
inspecting the
indeed.
dick sticker AK.
Yeah, I mean, you got to figure if you're PA, ABW's got the eco to pretty much buy out unless you take 3 or 4 rounds in a row here.
And 4 is exactly what they need to even get it to OT.
They have to play absolutely perfect this game. No slip-ups. Absolutely nothing lost.
Fresh peeks out Azor. Goes into
a
Jaguar.
monster opening kill, and he's getting aggressive with his.
Has a great timing on PK Freeze. Takes out PK Freeze. Going towards CT. Will he catch? And he does!
On the Price M, they're absolutely stomping the life. Fresh on his own, stomping the life out of the Pachanga Pandas. A triple for him so far in the round. Off to Deity and Razor. Deity getting the quick double. Razor getting the
I'm
damage
not
on
out of
as
this
well.
yet. Zolf takes him out. Zolf goes in. One more. And Razor stops it.
Stopping it with a double of his own.
I mean, what a round from Fresh, but Deity and Razor just clawing back from ashes.
Absolute masterpiece. That is an ugly round, but a round they need. And it gives them just enough money to purchase into this next round. Still
Their
plenty of money to
eco
go around
is
for the T side. But if they lose this round, they're kind of broke economically. T's really need to close this one out on this round. You don't want Pachanga Pandas hitting double digits whenever you go broke. That's whenever it really opens up the possibility for OT.
I think ABW, even on a loss here without bomb plant, they should be able to squeeze out a light buy.
Soul. Profile pic says he's the CEO of Sex, and I would be so inclined to agree. He's been fucking these CTs up so far this game. 12 and 16 on the game. Another kill into PK Freeze with him. Michael Sark tossing the kill down towards the top quad, and Ender's waiting ever so patiently for a push through the smoke. Bomb will go down as well. Deity making a statement, pushing through, goes down, and Azor onto Michael Sark, and this is a 1-on-2 for Azor. Has to clutch up. And Enders walks all the way through the smoke towards the back quad as well. No idea. The backstab comes through, and that makes First Sun the first ones to strike on the board. 9-13 in their favor, and Enders almost with a 25 pop.
1.5 in the first game of the finals. What a statement from Enders.
Absolutely, but I think Michael Sark and Fresh deserve a mention too here. Absolutely critical players in the earlier half, but Enders just coming alive in the second half of this map. Unbelievable performance.
Yeah, I had my questions about Enders at first. I was, thinking like, brother, like, you gotta wake up. And bro, he showed me up. He woke up. And he was smelling blood, and he was out for that motherfucker. Topping the leaderboard on the second half and nearly dropping 25 at the end of the game. Like, you couldn't ask for anything better. You could not ask for anything better. And what a solid closeout.
Oh, absolutely. And especially with ABW's performance on Ancient throughout the regular season. Not how I was expecting that map to go.
Yeah. It was a tough battle, pound for pound, round for round, and almost OT. But OT has skipped us so far this postseason. It'll be interesting to see as we come up towards this next map of Dust 2. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts?
It's definitely a tough loss for PA. That being said, it's best of 3 format. And it's just as much a mental game as it is a physical game. They lost on Ancient. They thought that was their map. But that being said, they could end up taking it on Dust 2. You never know.
Yeah, Dust 2 is one of those. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Cool.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think it really all comes down to Price M. I think we saw Michael Sark, Enders, and Fresh all coming alive on ABW's side, but it was only really Deity and Azor coming alive on PA. So if Price M doesn't really wake up for map 2, I think they're going to have a hard time closing it out, especially it being ABW's map pick.
Yeah, it will be a tough map to play indeed. I say take it one round at a time, especially with such a puggy map as it is. But, gentlemen, we're going to go to a short break. When we are back, we'll be on Dust 2. We'll be right back after just a short minute. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Apologize for the late reintroduction. Production had some technical slow issues, but we're okay. First Sun with the first strike on our second map in the best of 3 for Dust 2. Gentlemen, welcome aboard. I am your friendly neighborhood host, Smokey, and alongside me are Mr. Cool and Counter Strike. Alongside for map 2 in this best of 3 for the Recruit Tier of Play Grand Final. And PK Freeze has decided to get a drink of water. He has left the server. Maybe he went to go disable his cheat so he wouldn't get caught. Who knows? Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Well, I think we saw a pretty close game on the first map of Ancient there, but this map definitely has me worried for PA. You know, it's a very pug-heavy map, and just going based off of raw regular season stats, it looks like ABW should be the favorite here.
Yeah, I am expecting a lot of good things from ABW. I think Ace Owandu is going to really shine as a fragging IGL, especially on a map as puggy as this. I think Enders, he's played really aggressively with the previous map. He had some really key plays towards the middle of the map and on the Bravo site whenever he was swinging out from Jaguar and the what is it? The cave area. I'm expecting big things from both Ace and Razor. Quick mowdowns for the T side. Fresh, Michael, and Zolt, and Ace almost getting a kill of their own. Almost a team ace. Ace Owandu, the fragging IGL. He spots him out. Zolf getting the final kill, though. And that's going to be another quick round pistol +1 for this T side of First Sun. Looking rather dominant so far. Hope they can keep the momentum going. As we see Pachanga Pandas with their first rifle buy of the game. Looks like M4A1S is across the board. We'll see what PK Freeze decides to buy. A little light on util. Yeah, rifles across the board are really light on util, especially with Deity and Race. They're only like a flash and 1 nade for Deity.
Long flashes out with these. They're taking long, fast, and furious.
A really aggressive play towards long. Although Deity with the open kill on his Zolf. Scratch that, make it a double on the Enders this time around. Michael Stark with a quick trade, though. They're going to fall back.
Great hold from PA there.
Yeah, that's what you want, especially on, you know, the pistol +1 loss, and you've got like such a gamble on a low buy. And Deity, the re-swing with 2 more, gives him a quad for the round.
I mean, we'll see how PA plays long the rest of the game, but if they played it how I think they did, just playing back on site because of the lack of util, that's absolutely beautiful. Just what you want to see if you're PA.
Yeah, just let the fights come to you. Play it smart, play it slow. Just hold the angles and let them come to you. Picker's advantage is what a lot of people talk about in CS2, but I think Pachanga Pandas have, you know, proven that a little wrong on this recruit side of the things. Once again, playing a little bit more safe towards the sites. Going to go ahead and double up towards Bravo site with PK Freeze and Azor. Looks like they're just going to hold mid. But Zolf and Azor quickly trying to wrap open this.
Stark trying to open up the B side, goes down. Azor, the anchor.
Let's see, the anchor getting a triple kill so far this round. Razor, one of his own. And it's all left is Enders trying to get something. But Deity comes in from double doors, finishes it out. And this is a tie game at 2 apiece, gentlemen.
What a hold from Razor. Getting the first, then getting the 2 after they push onto site. Incredible performance from Razor there.
Indeed. This is a beautiful response from the Pachanga Pandas here. Going down to, taking 2 in response, saying, I'm not out of it yet. And we're going into the 5th round.
We will see a save coming out of ABW here.
They're going to... Okay, you've already got 1 towards upper tunnels, 1 towards mid, and they've dropped bomb over towards. You know, see, they're playing kind of defaulty. Got 2 towards long as well. Gonna spam the smoke.
Might catch a fight in mid here.
Let's say Ender's poking mid with a stick. Might get something doesn't, though. Price takes down Ace as well, and Ace one to Enders from mid. The aggression is absolutely denied. But this T side very slowly pushing towards long, but they're getting shut down as well. Fresh, looking rather squished. Now down and out for the count thanks to Price's op. And it's all up to Michael to get something out of this, whether it be an exit or just extra farm money. A swing and a miss. Azor finishes him off over in the middle with an AK. It's going to be a really solid round from Pachanga Pandas, only losing 1 this time.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised to see that defaulty strategy coming out from ABW on a save round, especially from last map where we saw some key eco-aggression plays.
I want to think they're almost, I don't want to say they're like thinking too far ahead of themselves, but you have to imagine that Freeze and Razor are just, the T economy is kind of in the bunker right now, so you're expecting the push. So that maybe they were thinking that, hey, like if they're on a light buy, they were thinking the CTs might get aggressive with it as well. But Price,
Absolutely.
a nice swing and home run onto Zulf with the op all the way from Cat, getting a little aggressive with it this time around, and PK Freeze holding very close to B entrance with the M41S. Molly's ring through, as does the frags, but Michael Stark, once again, holding the other side of the entrance of upper tunnels with his AK. Enders, nice going to Price this time with a headshot. That equals up 4 apiece, and Enders goes down, this time to Deity's AK. Each side's anchors holding their own. It's been very tough for First Son. They can get onto site, sure, but each anchor has been really making it hell of that. PK Freeze trying to make it work with the trigger discipline, and he does get at least one. Azor with a quick refrag on the Ace as well. It's a 3-on-1 this time. Fresh goes down to 26 HP, and they know he's over towards Bravo's site. Gets one at least. Almost 2. Quick snap towards window.
See, he should have seen the second in CT then.
Doesn't matter. Rays with a quick poke from window takes Fresh's head off. And that's going to be another round win for Pachanga Pandas, making it 4-2 in their favor.
And I think we should see another light buy coming out of ABW here.
Off the rip.
Deity and Azor are playing absolutely lights out in the first 6 rounds of this second map.
Yeah, it's been absolutely phenomenal. Deity 7-2 so far. Azor 8-3.
Enders starting with a .33, but we saw it happen last game, where he was at the bottom and then got up to the top, kicking and Enders is down, but he's not out. He will for sure see some performance later on in the game, but right now he is struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I think Enders is one of those players that needs to wake up a little bit. I think he's just a little bit slow first half, gathering bearings. I expect him to activate towards the second half.
I think you're right about that. And
yeah,
and typically again, like he operates best under.
Yeah, operating best under pressure and
better.
Looks like we will see an early B hit.
Yeah, as I say, T-side just pistol, so this time they're going to play even more aggressive. It doesn't matter. PK Freeze with a double and Azor, one of his own, to secure the Bravo site, absolutely denying the First Son from any potential plants. Zulf, interesting buy. He's got the C-Tech. Deity, though, a quick poke nets him at least one. Might get Azor as well.
And takes him out.
An ugly spray, but still with the kill.
Yeah, a risky bit of aggression, but it pays out for PA. We will see ABW back into the full eco. Should be a full buy here.
Kind of surprised they haven't, First Son haven't decided to take a tactical timeout. You had a pretty strong beginning of this half, and you've just lost all the last 5 rounds. Haven't even really been able to get a bomb. You haven't been able to get a bomb plant.
Absolutely. You got to do something to take a little bit of this momentum away from PA before this game just gets out of hand.
Yeah, and continuously not even breaking out the op. They're just opting to go with the AKs across the board towards this T side still. They're going to go for another A long play this time. TD holding his own as the anchor. Smartly falls back. They're going to see the other CTs fall through. And Fresh Zone getting kills of their own. Ace with one as well, but Razor sticking it to the man. Oh no.
Do they know he crossed here?
I think they tracked him. Michael Sark is on him. Yeah, there he is. And they heard PK Freeze jump as well. A goofy poke nets nothing. Michael Sark finishing off PK Freeze, and that makes this a little bit more manageable for the first Sun.
I'll be
little bit
interested
of
to
life
see
for
who
them.
this op goes to on ABW. It looks like Enders will be playing with it instead of Zolf here on map 2.
Yeah, Enders was playing around with the op, I think, on map 1 a little bit.
Typically does op. And in my experience playing Recruit, I've gone against the folks at ABW twice. Enders is op 2 of those games and was also opping in the semis. So it's not out of pocket for him to op, but Zolf is also just as much as a capable opper as Enders for sure.
Yeah, Fresh, waiting patiently for any CT aggression towards this A-long board, and he just might get it. He's able to at least spot out. I do believe that was Deity. Yeah, it's Deity. He spots him out, gets a little bit of chip damage, and Enders showing what he's capable of. Opening up this match against Razor. One of the key fraggers for Pachanga Pandas goes down early, and Zolf takes down Price with the AK. Enders flooding the site, and Ace and Zolf coming through all the way from A-long. Bomb will go down as well, and Pachanga Pandas is just going to go ahead and save this.
Yeah, they didn't grab their op either in mid. That's going to be devastating for the CT economy if they have to buy another op here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Or actually, never mind. Deity with 7,400.
He has enough, but Razor has almost no money for himself. So they're probably going to bank on maybe Price giving him an SMG or something. Maybe Deity can give him something after the op, but it's going to be...
Depends if these two rifles can be saved. If these two rifles can be saved, I'd expect to see a full buyout of a PA next round.
AK Freeze has been pretty good on holding his own side. Ooh. Oh, TK Freeze nades himself, and the more nades roll in. Ace with a U2 kill. Azor trying to fight for his life, but Fresh gets the final kill after time, and that is just salt in the wound for the CT side. Not what you want to see. Giving away your position, damn near killing yourself with your own nade, letting the other nades roll through, and then losing both rifles after bomb explodes. That's tough.
We will see a tactical timeout coming in from PA. Makes sense here. Sort out your eco, get your mental a little bit right. Figure out how you can take some of this momentum away from ABW.
It is worth saying, Deity with a 2.5 on round 10, showing an absolute masterclass on Dust 2. Going crazy, putting it all on the line. PA down one map. Deity putting the team on his back saying, I'm not out of this yet.
I mean, it's still very much anybody's game, you know. The CTs managed to take 5 rounds there, but now we see the T's starting to claw back a little bit of that momentum.
Yeah, Pachanga Pandas, it's a smart timeout to take right now. You don't want First Sun getting any more momentum coming in towards the later stages of this first half. PK3 opting to buy a Pro 90, but the swing outs go true for Zolf. Nice double. Price with 1 kill of his own. But that's going too quickly.
Smokes the cross. Does not land as he intended it to.
You need 2 smokes right there, and it wasn't good enough.
Doesn't get cut on the cross smoke. Is seen by a player catwalk though. Jiggles out, misses. Jiggles out, critical damage, still alive, but
I say Razor's gonna calm him out, and they're gonna rotate through CT. PK Freeze making that Pro 90 work, and I think that's the op. Yeah, PK Freeze has the op now, and they just might decide to save it. Razor, nice.
Yeah, we will see the trade. Razor picking up the op.
Now. They can get aggressive with this.
A very, very doable 2v1. Razor, 4 health. PK Freeze with 100.
So see, they're just going to get aggressive with this, try to bot the site. Ace going to hold it down.
It's 1 gets 2!
That is good. Yes, sir. The double kill by Ace.
And those are the 1vXs.
The 1vXs come in. Ace, the fragging IGL, once again, showing why he is one of the best of the best.
Putting those wrinkles in his brain to work in those 1v2s.
But saying you can make this, and you can very easily now make this a 7-5 half if you're First Sun.
Absolutely. I mean, PA's econ is devastated here. They have to save.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that they bought any pistols. Upgraded pistols all around the board with the exception of Azor, but he's been a pretty big menace with his USPS. T-side of First Son still playing slowly, and it comes into Razor's favor. He gets an opening kill. Enders with a quick trade onto Deity and Fresh onto Price as well, though. Bomb will go down as well. Enders onto Azor and Freeze, a kill of his own. A little bit more expensive. Asawandu going to go ahead and spot out the one CT by upper tunnel's entrance, and Freeze finds the op, and he's just going to go ahead and save it for the final half of this first, or it's just the final round of this first half. Nothing else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Economy's in the shitter. You got to get something out of this.
You know, PA needs to make this a 6-6 half, or I don't see how this can go too well for them going into the T side here. And it looks like ABW is going to be hunting. They know he should be in pit. And the nade doesn't tag him down.
God, that nade is so close.
Incredible game sense from ABW right there. They know he's pit.
Rifles across the board by both teams. Razor with the op this time around. And Enders with a sniper as well. He's going to go ahead and count mid as well. Oh, re-swing by the op and tries to go for the wall bang. Doesn't get any connections. The second shot rings true, though. Enders takes down Razor, and that's a CT op already on the ground. A tough pill to swallow for Pachanga Pandas. Already a man down, and you have 1:30 left in the round. The rest of this T side opting to absolutely body A site. Fresh with the
Enders with another.
Enders with the op. Flash assist, but Deity. A wallbang onto Fresh, making this a little bit more even. Doesn't matter.
Another.
Enders making this round
Going into
his
CT. Goes down by Azor.
Yeah,
Very
Azor
aggressive
making the
play.
aggression.
Azor taking it to 2 kills.
Azor
Hey,
making the aggressive T plays pay, and it's going to be a 1-on-2 clutch potential. He's got 2 so far this game, or I should say this round. He's going to get no more. Michael Stark with a quick AK headshot to finish this half. 5-7 in the favor of First Son. Looking really hot coming in towards their CT half.
We were talking about PA picking up some momentum, getting 5 rounds in a row, but ABW answering right back with another 5 consecutive rounds to their name.
Yeah, this is one of those. This is going to be coming up to one of those pistol rounds where you have to play very smart. I'm expecting Pachanga Pandas to honestly almost body a site, because that's, you know, your typical recruit strat. You're gonna play hard. You know, especially on T side, you're gonna want to take the fight.
Play that numbers advantage, yeah.
Play the numbers advantage, yeah, like you said. We'll see if they go for long, go for B. It looks like they're gonna go straight for a Bravo site hit. And they'll have the numbers. It's just going to be Enders and Zolf. The spams through the smoke come ring true. Zolf with 1, but Razor and Price quickly reopening up this Bravo side. Bomb will go down as well. Michael Stark waiting. The rest of the team to come swinging in with him. Fresh,
ABW
nice kill
very
on a Deity.
disciplined.
Yeah, let's see, they're playing heavily disciplined now. Razor playing very close towards window, and then Fresh with the USPS onto Price. Azor with a quick trade, and it's a 2-prong push. 1 from window, 1 from tunnels. Does not matter.
And they clean it up.
Azor and Razor clean it up. A double for Razor, a double for Azor, looking really hot on this pistol round. That makes this just a 1-score game.
Yeah, now this conversion is absolutely critical for PA. If you don't tie it up here, your econ is going to be destroyed for another 2 rounds.
Yeah, the CT economy is just so fickle. You really don't want to be playing around with it. You were up, coming towards your CT half. You don't want to just lose it all within the pistol and pistol +1. They're going to go for almost pretty much a full save. And aggression towards the A double doors gets absolutely nothing. Deity with a quick double with the Mac 10. And Razor opts to push all the way through Cat on top of CT. Fresh trying to make something out of this with the pistol, gets nothing. And Deity, another kill, this time onto Zolf.
PA is showing some of that discipline that ABW has been showing throughout this series. Like back out of long doors once they see the eco pushes coming through there.
Yeah, and that nets them a tying round. 7 apiece. Yeah, like you said, a smart play by this T side. You see the immediate aggression from First Sun over towards the top of A long. You take your time, get the quick succession kills with the Mac 10, let your lurk quickly push over towards Cat and go for the 2-prong push, clean up the site, and then you both go ahead and just dive on in on it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Great thinking from PA, especially after we saw them lose a couple of eco rounds from ABW on the first map, Ancient. Looks like we do have a technical timeout, though.
And Zolf, once again, buying. I saw Zolf buying a. Hey, Counter-Strike, your webcam is goofing up, brother.
I don't know
But yeah,
what's happening.
I saw Zolf buy an AUG.
I think I put Rolling Rock into the USB port, bro.
That is interesting. I think that's the first time I've seen an AUG in CSC.
Or I think we saw him buy it on the B side of Ancient on his
Yeah,
CT
he
hat
did
last round.
he did buy it. He did buy it on Ancient for CT.
It's definitely an interesting rifle pick, though. You know, you're spending that extra econ for not much benefit. You do have the potential for the one tap, but
Yeah, I don't honestly couldn't tell you the last time I've played CT side with an AUG, to be honest. Or the
I don't think I ever have.
SG
SSG or the AUG.
yeah,
I don't think I've
SSG,
ever
yeah.
practiced spray patterns.
I was gonna say I don't practice spray patterns, to be honest with those. I just kind of run it and gun it. But yeah, definitely an interesting buy because those rifles are pretty expensive. Whenever you could go for a FAMAS or even drop your homie an MP9 if need be to save
Yep.
them some potential economic damage, or dare I say, extra nades for a retake.
Especially with, like you said earlier, the CT econ is so fickle in this in CS2. It's not something you want to mess around with at all. So that extra $400 could come into play here, going from 2,900 to 3,300.
Yeah, because that's like almost 2 flashes. Because flash is like 250 a pop, or at
200,
least
I
one
believe,
frat.
but yeah.
200. Okay, yeah. And yeah, early, there's like one flash one day because it's like 500 right there. But yeah, and the Opera's coming into play as well with both Razor and Enders getting some key early plays through mid, whether it be counting for the crossover on the CT side or just the early reswing, because we've seen them clash head to head pretty early on in some of these rounds, and it's
And
been making some numbers.
it's still early into the game, but I want to say, in that mid fight, I think Enders has been getting the better of Razor there. We'll see if we see some adjustment now that Razor's on T side here.
Yeah. Razor's a smart player. I fully expect him to adjust his play style accordingly to what he think will be best.
Absolutely. What I'd like to see is a little bit of support coming in for Razor to help him getting that opening pick through mid. Maybe a flash over mid through lower tons or cat, or just something like that.
Yeah, whenever I see him playing mid, he's playing by himself, maybe with a quick assist player at the tail end of like B site whenever they were CT. Price this time with the scout. Interesting purchase.
Interesting buy from the T's here.
Let's say PK Freeze opening up with a headshot with the Mac 10 as well. They're going to go ahead and line up some of the smokes and quick flashes over towards mid. Try to push Zolf a little bit away. And they're going to try to go for the split towards Bravo's side on mid. And the shots ring out true. Deity onto Zolf and Price onto Michael with the Pro 90. And that is the Bravo side completely to their taking. Ace and Fresh got to be scratching their heads. What the hell is going on?
2v5 retake. I gotta wonder if Fresh and Asawando want to save now.
Honestly, Bravo site on Dust 2, whenever you have like the full T team ahead of you, I would say save. It's tied up. Your economy is already looking really bad. You have almost no money to go around with the exception of just like the loss bonus. So at this point, you just have to save. If nothing else, wait for them to hunt and go for the exit frags.
And we
the
will
cheese
see the
will
entirety
indeed
of,
hunt. Yeah,
entirety
we're gonna-
of PA.
I don't know whose M4A1S night terror that is, but I hate it. I hate the night terror, bro. It's
Yeah,
such
I
an
agree.
ugly ass skin. It's a skin that actively triggers me.
It looks like someone didn't know how to do one of those carbon fiber dips.
Yeah. Hey, yo, is that a Fnatic Katowice 2014 on the M41S? Oh,
I
Ace,
hope
please
not.
inspect. Please inspect.
Hit
I
it, brother, please!
I say that, but one of the first ever drops I ever got in CS:GO was dual Berettas Cobalt Quartz field tested, 3-cent skin. I have a Fnatic Katowice 2014, LGBT Sports Katowice 2014 stickers on those.
Azor
It's
getting
like-
2, pushing along with PK Freeze. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Crosses
Yeah, that's
smoke. They are
the
taking
T-side aggression's
Ace
coming
out. Ace
through.
Wando gets one from CT. Ace looking to get one more to connect. Nades a little bit late here. Gets mollied out in CT. Still has the timing on the last CT player. Price takes another one down. Michael Sark with 1, 2 answered.
Let's see, it's a 2-on-3 potential retake, but it's gonna be ugly.
No util to speak of for ABW, and Ace goes down.
What a nade from Deity here.
Michael starts to stand that edge.
Yeah,
He's
in
gonna-
pole position here. Deity with the frag, making it 7-9 PA.
I'm surprised you swung out with the MP9. I
Yeah.
mean, I would honestly expect the exit frag farming, especially with something like the SMG. And at this point, Pachanga Pandas is making this look like a cakewalk.
Yeah, I mean, PA has been absolutely dominant on their T half, getting the pistol, getting the conversion, and then getting a bonus after the conversion too.
Yeah, they've been looking really strong towards the second half. It's definitely what you need it's definitely what you need coming back down. They're absolutely on fire, as the scoreboard shows. 7-9 in their favor. And I like how they continuously push a little bit towards the head of long. Getting really aggressive, and Zolf, nice opening kill. PK Freeze absolutely gets a drop into Fresh as well, evening out the man count for a piece. And Michael Sark gets squished as well, but he's able to get the drop on Freeze. Razor with a quick trade though under Razor. Lord have mercy. Let's say it's going to be a 3-on-3. And Michael Sark absolutely eats the fuck out of that grenade.
Razor looking to the skies, seeing if he can. Oh, can he
He's
get the
fought
pick?
the offer.
Can he get this kill scaffold?
The backstabs come in, but
Oh my God,
Razor onto Ace, and Didi swings onto Zolf, taking him out in his ult to Michael. And he's, Lord have mercy. Bro's gonna have to save this shit. This is not pretty.
I mean,
We need the CSC admins to look at Razor's PC because those last 2 kills were kind of suspicious. But here we go. Michael Sark in a 1v3, electing to save seemingly.
Yeah, he's just gonna save this. You have to give Pachanga Pangas double digits. Your economy's in the trash. Enders and Ace have less than and Zolf. They all have less than $300 in their name right now before the loss bonus. Fresh can maybe give a little bit something over towards one of his teammates, if nothing else, upgraded pistols, while they spend their money on a fuck ton of util. But this is looking really rough for First Son.
yeah, I think ABW should have to be on a full save here. They have no util to no eco to speak of. Fresh with 2,400, but 3 players are going to not be able to buy it.
And here we are with our players of the game. Deity with a shocking 2.25, still holding on to that lead. Azor close behind with a 1.78. Going towards ABW, who's on timeout, we have Zolf with a 0.86 and a Michael Sark with a 0.83. There is a clear discrepancy in impact players. However, ABW is still keeping it pretty competitive.
I mean, ABW or PA is making me eat my words. I was coming into this map thinking that ABW had the clear edge on firepower, but they don't have a single player that's above a 1-0 right now. PA is just absolutely dominant.
This is true. PA is saying we may be down, we might not be out. This is just as much of a mental game as it is a physical game here. So what, they lost round 1. They can take Dust
If the Pachanga Pandas
on
can
the
bring
right.
this over to map
They're on the
3
right
if
track
they
here.
play this smart, yeah.
Forcing
looking
it
at the
to
clip.
train would be fantastic.
I have to say, train to close this out for the group finals, that would be absolutely insane. I was looking at the clip. It is a Fnatic Cologne 2016 sticker, not a Fnatic Katowice 2014 sticker. To my dismay, Razor trying to open this up with a couple of
Still
pops
pretty
through
cool,
the
but
smoke at
Ender's
mid.
in a crazy off angle, peeks it out, takes out Azor.
And Michael Stark with one
picks up
Razor as
bomb,
well.
pushing up catwalk.
Yeah, Deity with the refrag and Freeze not far behind on jump up box.
Deity caught out. Zolf takes out the pick.
Does Zolf with the auto shotty onto Freeze. That's going to make this even worse. And Deity with a quick util kill on the Zolf as well. That's just salt in the wound. Ace Wandu spots out the lone T at the top. Connected.
Caught with your pants down with the molly in hand. Fresh handily picks up that frag, making it 8-10.
Great round from ABW.
ABW 8.
I wasn't
Yeah,
expecting the force, but it definitely paid off for ABW that round.
Yeah, this is what you want to see. And this can completely reset your mental with such a strong showing and such a strong response for these last good handful of rounds that you've been absolutely getting mollywopped on. Ace opting to use the FAMAS, and Price trying to show why he's boss over towards Pit, getting the kill on Zolf. Ender though holding car with the op. The re-swing is no good. Razor gets the headshot on him. It's going to be 3-on-3 this time as T side of Pachanga Pandas tried to go ahead and head towards the A side from long. Razor can eat the nade down to just 32 hit points. The 1-2 taps through the smoke at nothing. PK Friezo, a quick swing onto the site, takes out Michael Sark. Making this a little bit more doable for his T side. But Ace Sawandu, a quick, everybody flying right next to the site. Doesn't matter. Freeze and Razor both kills of their own to finish the round. PK Freeze the double, as does Razor.
ABW should be able to force out another round here.
Let's say you either force now or you just, I don't know, man. This is tough.
Definitely a difficult call if you're on ABW.
Yeah, and they smartly take another timeout. You've got to debate amongst yourselves, like, hey, like, we don't want this. We don't want to have to take this to map 3. What do we do now to stop this madness?
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, you know you're going to be running into a full buy coming from PA, and your util is going to be stretched a bit thin. But we do see Zolf and Fresh electing for the eco weapons. Zolf with an SSG and Fresh with a FAMAS. Good bit of util on both teams.
See, they've got a good, decent amount of util across the board. So interesting buy with Zolf Scout. Be interesting to see where he posts it up. He's going to go towards long. By crossover with it. And Ace is going to hold towards Car. Now Zolf jumps up towards Goose. And Michael Sark is going to hold Cat from on top of CT Bridge. And Ender's poking towards the top of tunnels. He's getting a lot of information for his CT set, but he's about to get a double swing on him. Oh, the util catches him out dirty, and Deity gets the kill. They're going to go ahead and have to knock open this site. Fresh trying to respond with the FAMAS. Gets at least one, this time onto Deity. Gonna get 2. Yes, sir, he does this time.
He's coming out bottom mid.
Let's say, yeah, Razor with a quick response towards bottom of mid. It's a 3-on-3. Bottom still knocked down. And an aggression through window pays off intros. Razor onto Fresh. And Ace takes down Price as well. So it's a really awkward 2-on-2 now.
Health advantage to ABW.
Oh, and Ace straight through mid takes down Razor. And that puts Azor in a 1v2 clutch scenario. He does have the bomb. Able to sneak it out through mid. And I don't think the CTs realized that he picked it up. He's going to plan it out. Bomb will go down, and he can post up in a little bit more power compost placement than what he might have thought about earlier. Looks like both will push underneath from CT spawn. Loud and proud. Azor could double swing this. He gets one. Can he get the second? This time on a Michael Sark. Swing is no good. Michael Sark with a returning kill. A headshot onto Azor. He will get the defuse as well and bring them up to 9.
You know,
Pachanga
ABW's
Pandas.
eco is still going to be hurting here, though, and plenty of money to go around on PA.
They can fully rebind in the next round. It's fine. You know, First Son still aren't quite on double digits yet, so you're not necessarily sweating too hard if you're on the Party Animals franchise. Once again, Zolf opting to buy a scout. Never mind, a Negev. Okay, going down the going down a class. Oh, okay, a scout again. I was gonna say the Rex VMP route.
Please.
I was gonna say my former IGL Rex VMP. Oh, Price. A wallbang headshot
quick
onto
pick
Fresh.
one in.
That is absolutely disgusting. And Zolf gets tagged as well. He's down to about 44 HP. This is looking really tough for First Son now. A quick opener is not looking good. And Razor here's the 1 or 2 steps towards mid. Deity finally gets a kill with the assist by Razor onto Michael over by Cat. And that makes this a 3-on-5. And they're still splitting the sites though. The taps come through finally, and Enders falls at mid. So you still have Zolf onto B site and Ace onto Asawandu onto Alpha site. And they're going to go ahead and activate and push towards B. Zolf trying to run away with his life will get absolutely nothing.
And
Ace.
Razor cleaning up A side.
Yeah, Razor cleans up A site, Ace with nothing left. And that's going to put this match point for Pachanga Pandas. And the last
it's
time out
do or
coming
die for
through
ABW,
for
man.
First Son, yeah. Do or die indeed. MP9s with absolutely nothing else for Fresh and Ace. And Zolf, now that I'm looking at it.
I don't want to be biased, but I would love to see a third map come out in this recruit final.
Oh, yeah, that would
You
be...
and me both, Mr. Cool. A third round, especially on Train, man, a map that has been hardly played in recruit. It would be absolutely electric to see what these two teams who are fighting for it all to go to Train for the deciding map.
Oh, most definitely.
See, 4 MP9s coming out for ABW. Michael Sark with the sole M4A1S and full kit of util.
Honestly, what you could do is have Michael Stark post up towards one site. Okay. Aggression mid. Price misses the op shot, though. So you got 3 going towards Cap, 3 right towards mid. Deity punishes Zolf, though, and that's one of the MP9s. Quickly going
Ender's
down.
close behind. 3 Ts now. Or 3 CTs, excuse me. In low.
3 CTs and lower. And Michael Stark swings out from upper, takes down Deity as well, and he falls back towards the side. Interesting smoke. Enders tries to make his own money. Azor absolutely punishes him. The swing up from lower T, or lower tunnel, nets nothing. But it's still a 3-on-4, somewhat doable. But Ace and Fresh definitely had an odd ends here with the MP9s. I say that as Ace gets a quick double over by mid towards lower tunnels, and that makes this a lot more doable. Price with the op as well, though. He can take these onesies and twosies. Fresh still opting to hold the really sweaty close angles. Flash will go out, though. Not to the effect of anything, really. At this point, Pachanga Pandas might opt to just go ahead and save these rifles that they have. You don't want to give them the op. A smart swing by Ace, and going to calm that out. They know exactly where they're at. Fresh goes in for the swing, gets both of them. That's a double
And they
for him,
take
a
the
double for
op,
Ace. Yeah, I was about to say they steal the op as well. Double for Fresh, a double for Ace, and a single kill for Michael Sark to bring this finally to double digits for First Son team.
PA's eco is still looking healthy, but they need a bomb plant here if they lose this round. They're not going to be able to buy next without a bomb plant.
Razor's about 7,000. Hasn't bought anything yet, but yeah, with full rifle and kit and util, they have to get this plant at least. You don't really want to come to OT on dust. That's just an absolute mindfuck. Fresh, the name of the game, coming in hot. A quick swing from lower tunnels nets him the first kill of the round, but he's stuck between a rock and a hard place and only 5 HP to his name. The frag will come in and absolutely destroy his butthole. Nice kill by Razor.
Good awareness, yeah.
Swing by mid absolutely destroys Enders. And they will play it safe towards Cat on A side. Zolf holding the off angle though. 13 and 19 on for the game with 6 assists.
Might see a clash in upper here. Tees are starting to rotate back.
Yeah, they're doubling it. They're doubling down. Michael Sark though, quick kill into freeze. And they drop the bomb. And Sark just opts to fall back towards the site. That's smart.
Absolutely.
Caught that out as well. Let's say, but Price coming in all the way from window is able to get the reach around and take him out. Michael Stark falls, and it's going to be a 2-on-3 potential retake. They have to go for this. So excellent spotting out, and that takes down Price really quickly. Razor with the refrag, though, is going to be a 1-on-2. Ace of
All
Wandu.
down to Ace.
The fragging IGL has a clutch up here in the 1v2. The elbow peak spotted. He's able to get one. Now it's a 1-on-1. Bomb is ticking. Honestly, could play a ring around the Razor with the box, and that's what he's just going to do. Force him to... Oh, he got to the dink.
Yes, then gets the kill.
Gets the dink, gets killed. No time.
Let's give him time. No,
He has a kit. I think he has it. Oh, no, he does not.
No, just about half of a second too late. And that will bring us to map 3, baby. Pachanga Pandas make this 13-10 on the scoreline.
What a first 2 maps.
2.0, man.
I mean, ABW taking PA's map pick, then PA answering right back by taking Dust 2 off of ABW's hands. We will see a train.
An electric finale. We are going to train for game 3.
We're going to train, gentlemen. And man, Enders going 11 and 22 at the end of this game, looking a little rough. I really wish he'd woken up on that second half, but you know, Lady Luck just wasn't on his side for the map.
Yeah, absolutely, you know. Enders is one of those... Or sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. Zolf as well with a KD of 0.7. And Michael Sark laying 14 and 16. So 3 out of the 5 less than 1.0 KD. A tough spot for First Son whenever it's your map pick and, you know, it just doesn't come out to your favor.
You know, and this series is anybody's game from now on. You know, we've seen Train on both ABW and PA in the playoffs. And both of those games were tight run. I believe they were against Cow and Wet, which were the 2 leading teams in Recruit. It should be a strong map.
It was DB and Wet. Pachanga Pandas won 13-9 on their train against Mist, and First Son won 13-11 against Riff Raiders. Yeah, but Ace Awandabo, the fragging IGL topping the charge for First Son, even though they didn't win the map, he's been pretty impressive so far this series.
Throughout the entire playoffs, in my opinion, he's been one of those players that even if it's a 1v3, 1v4, you can't count him out. He's just been exceptional in his clutch opportunities.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pulling up some of the stats now. In 1v2s, he's in the top 10. Flash assists, top 10. Enemies flash, top 10. And the util throwing, top 10. So he's a util king, and he's able to clutch up in some of those 1vxs.
He's putting those wrinkles in his brain to use. You know, he's one of the, or what I would say is one of the smarter players in the Recruit tier, and it really shows.
Most definitely. And Deity, 26 and 13 with a KD of 2.0 flat at the end of the game, making Pachanga Pandas look absolutely on fire. Playing like his life depends on it because kind of does. Really interesting map 3, though. Train coming up to us. We'll be back in just a moment. Or are they in the map right now? I'm hearing footsteps. So they're loading in. But as we wait for the map to start, cool. What is your favorite skin? What is your favorite skin?
I'm gonna be a little bit of a basic bitch here and say a blue phosphor. You know, it's just such a pretty
hell, bro.
Such a pretty skin. I don't even use the A1S, but I love blue. I'm a blue inventory
use the A1S,
guy.
bro? What the hell, bro?
I'm an A4 guy,
baby. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Hey, I'm a
It's
freak. That's why I'm in prospect.
Hey, yo. Yeah, it's funny. Back in my 2014, 2015 days, whenever I used to play back then, I had StatTrack matching USPS and N4A1S's Dark Waters. And looking back at those prices, man, I wish I still had them.
Yeah, I
I
had
think I
an
had a couple
overgrowth
Katowice
back in the
stickers on
day.
them. You said which one?
An overgrowth back in the day. They sell
Oh,
pretty
shit.
nice now too.
Let's see. Overgrowth are pretty good now. Right now, I'm rocking a StatTrack Basilisk with a stainless USPS. But
Yeah,
I do have what is it called? AK Blue Lamb with a couple of LDLC stickers on it. I think one from every tournament they played in.
LDLC's a great team. That's a throwback right there.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro. It's got a LDLC Katowice 2014, the DreamHack 2014, and I think it was Cologne 2015, if I remember right. Yeah, those were the days, dude. I used to be a big LDLC fan and Copenhagen Wolves back when
Oh, yeah.
they were good.
I
I
gotta
watch them
say-
every once in a while now. But,
I gotta say, probably my favorite CS clip of all time is Happy's. I think it's a Deagle 4K on Inferno Banana.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, I know the clip you're talking about. The Happy 4K. Let's see, he clutched the hell up on that round. That was an insane game. I remember whenever Exist, I think, was playing for NIP, and they were going against alternate attacks. They crab walked out of T spawn
Oh,
on
yeah,
Inferno
yeah.
all the way towards B site. Oh my god, that lives rent free in my head for probably the rest of my days. Now seeing NIP struggling to even go through online qualifiers, it hurts my soul, especially with Shush on there.
Chobit's coming in chat saying he was a Deagle ace from Happy on Inferno there.
Oh, it was an ace. Oh, fuck. Okay. Happy if you're in chat, which I know you're not, but my apologies. I'm going to say Happy was one of those players that I just loved watching. Him
Oh, yeah.
and who was it? Forrest. I loved
Oh,
watching
yeah.
Forrest a lot.
Early CSGO Forest,
Bro,
incredible.
yeah. My brother was a huge JW fan, and I liked Devil Walk whenever he was coaching Fnatic. Whenever they made that promo video too. Goofy ass type shit. Trying to think. What's your most expensive skin that you have? That's the real question. Yo, bro, and Fat Rips.
Probably my knife. Or this is nicotine. No weed for me. I get drug tested.
I feel that, brother.
But my most expensive skin's probably my knife, Gut Knife Sapphire.
A fellow gut knife enjoyer. Okay,
Hey, Gut Gang, baby, till the day I die.
I got a gut knife vanilla. My first ever big CS purchase was a gut knife stained. I bought it for like $60, I think, and then I sold it for like 60 or $50 whenever I quit playing CS in like 2016ish. And then I've been getting back into it after my disastrous season 15 in recruit, and I was like, fuck it. I bought Shadow Daggers. I got Doppler Shadow Daggers. I played with those for a while. And then I was like, I got to go for the throwback, dude. And I got a vanilla gut knife. And I've been rocking it ever since. I love it.
You gotta respect the gut knife, dude. Gut knife,
what's your favorite skin? Or your most expensive skin?
Most expensive skin is probably right now, I've got I want to say it's like a minimal wear M4A4 Hellfire. It's like 70 beans. I used to own this is an awful story. I used to own a Bowie knife marble fade in Go, and it was like $200 when I got it. I sold it because it went up to 300 right before CS2 came out. I'm not even joking, man. Like a week or two later, after I sold it, I got a DM from one of my buddies, and they were like, "Evan, do not look at the Steam market right now."
Damn.
And I did, and it's like, oh wow, it's like fucking $700 right now. So
yeah, I got a. Okay, we're into the round one.
But favorite skin I ever owned was a USP Cayman.
Okay,
the Caymans are cool looking. But I sold it to buy Tekken 8. So again, like I've got a very bad track record of selling skins that I love for things that I like never use.
Yeah. There we go. Azor making his name known. Price and with the counters off as well. Make it a double, and the defuse will come in.
ABW with a quick plant, but PA just too quick on the rotates. PK Freeze coming in through pop and picking up too. Or no,
Say-
Price M from Pop picking up 2. Excuse me.
Yeah, Price M with 2 and Azor with a triple. Looking at that stiletto, I had a stiletto knife. I bought off of Skinport for like $250, and then I sold it for like $600 on Steam Market because Steam Market is like super inflated. I was so grateful. I used all. I bought it. I bought my stiletto knife with my re-enlistment money whenever I left my first command. I was like, re-enlistment bonus. I'm gonna fucking buy a CS knife, a real nice one. It was a stiletto knife fade. It was really nice. And then I sold it for like about twice how much I purchased it for.
ABW does force him.
So yeah, they're gonna force this up, play around it. Playing really reserved too, letting the T's come to them. The Fresh getting really aggressive with it. Kill onto Azor as well. And a jumping headshot from Zolf onto a Razor. That leaves Price M and PK Freeze to pick up the scraps. Freeze will swing out, but gets absolutely nothing. Fresh with a nice spray down with the Galil, and Price M will slowly back off with his M4A1S. He's gonna have to save what he can. Losing pistol, or I should say pistol +1, after a really solid pistol retake. That's pretty tough. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Absolutely. This is going to hurt the CT economy very badly for the next 2 rounds, and it's a great decision coming in from ABW.
On him out. Oh, the surprise jump! And Asa Wandabo steals the rifle right out of his hands. He's gonna even this up 1 apiece.
Dare I say it, I think that's actually better for ABW than winning the first pistol. Get the bomb down on pistol round, lose it out, but then come back and win the conversion. That destroys CT eco.
They're still gonna. It looks like they might force this up. You've got at least Deity with an MP9, Price with an MP9 as well. They're forcing this.
Yeah, 4 players forcing down.
PK Freeze and Razor with like upgraded pistols as well. Deity with the opening kill, but enters the quick trade. Price M also trades back and forth this time around. Slow shots by Azor where he finally gets 1, and Freeze with 1 as well with the sidearm. This is absolutely falling apart for First Son. Zolf finally takes down Razor as well. He's gonna run away, tail tucked between his legs. He's got the bomb, just smoke himself off behind. At least get the plant down. But man, what an ugly.
They should have the timing on him. Yep, there he goes. Zolf goes down. PA taking it 2-1.
A questionable force from PA, but it pays off for him.
Let's say it pays off in droves. PK Freeze gets the defuse, stick to 10 seconds, and that will make them 2-1.
I mean, these first 3 rounds, PA's rotates through halls have just been absolutely lightning quick. I gotta wonder if ABW is gonna start sending a lurker up there.
That would be an interesting choice. I was, man, and it's crazy. Pachanga Pandas made me put my money where my mouth is. I was really questioning that force buy. I thought it was an ugly buy. I thought they were going to get absolutely stomped because a really, well, you know how it is. A really common strat is just straight up. It's just straight up botting mid through no man's land on A site. But we see them go towards Bravo site now. At least it's a 2-1-2 split. Interesting play by this T side. Zolf going to go ahead and walk it out. They will smoke off the far side of Bravo site.
Looks like we are sending a pop play.
He might get a swing on him. Oh, and then Utila's out as well. Didi gets the double onto Michael and Zolf. Now that is what you want to see to open this round up, baby. Pachanga Pandas looking hot as hell.
Showing some versatility in B halls. First 2 rounds pushing through upper, sending it through lower on the 3rd. Or through Pop Dog on the 3rd.
It's crazy because this was a smart play by First Son because they were playing for picks. You get the opening pick and then you just rotate towards whatever side that is. Oh, Fresh just barely getting out with his life. The nade falls on his head. Asa Wandabo onto Price as well with a quick refrag. It's going to be a 3-on, or expected a 4-on-2. An ugly spray enters an Azor getting kills of their own. A multi-kill for Azor.
ABW will get the plant though.
Yeah, it's compensation money for them.
Still don't quite have the eco for a full buy.
Azor 7-1 so far this game, looking really good.
Azor putting the team on their back 3 games in a row thus far, going absolutely insane for PA.
And we will see ABW electing to save here.
Yeah, and it looks like ABW is also going to take a timeout. Just gather the thoughts, think about this. No one has more than 3 kills in the round.
I mean, you got to be sweating about that B-Halls and Pop Dog crunch that PA's been showing. They've just been absolutely getting devastated from those pushes.
Those pushes are absolutely demolishing them, and Price M is also going to break out the op as well. This is going to be a really tough round for First Son. Just upgraded pistols for the lot of them.
Looks like we will see some B-Halls tempo here from ABW.
Free is going to opt out to push early from far side. Can't quite get anything. A couple tags, but no kills. Zoltan's going to run it out with a Tech 9. Sprays back and forth through the smoke, but Deity, the first one to get the kill on the board. That's Enders. And Fresh all the way towards the back of the site by CT. Back and forth trades galore, but Razor and PK Freeze really making this their own. Fresh the only one to get a kill onto Azor. And this is another solid round by Pachanga Pandas. Just absolutely farming these Ts.
I mean,
you don't expect a whole lot from a T side force buy with pistols and just straight up running to get the plant, but you want to at least get more than 1 kill on the round.
Absolutely. And PA has just been absolutely dominant in these retakes like we saw with ABW on map 1. You know, ABW has to come up with some sort of answer to stop these retakes.
Still no op for the T side. First Son still opting to go for AKs across the board. Fresh with absolutely no util either. This is going to be really awkward. Nades get tossed all the way through no man's land. Fresh, a blinding kill. Scratch that. 2 kills this time onto Azor and Ace Wonderbow onto Razor. This is the response you need from First Son. Price M trying to do something with the op, gets dinged, but will return the favor onto the fragging IGL of Ace. He'll be able to fall back with his life. Peaky Freeze planning to go in with the assist, at least bunch up with his teammate and just hold their own and let the bomb tick down. No need to go for the retake. You got to save that op.
We'll see a little bit of harm.
Yeah, Enders might walk right into this though. Price, please don't miss this. Oh, he spots the knee, baby. He knows he's right there.
Gets
and the
pick.
price is right. Enders going down to Price M.
The price is right indeed. Bomb will tick down. That's just a little bit of extra money for padding the pockets of the CT side that they desperately need. The spray almost comes through the AK, the PK Freeze. And Fresh will die to the bomb. That is not what you want on this T side. It's kind of an awkward play.
Yeah, the T side
they're saving. You know they're saving. You died to bomb anyway. Kind of goofy.
T-side econ is a little bit more forgiving, but that's still definitely a mistake from ABW there.
This buy from Pachanga Pandas is looking a lot better now. No op from First Son either still. Just AKs and a fuck ton of util. More aggressive no man's land pushes. Azor trying to get the connection with the M401S, misses the spray, and Fresh, another kill, this time on the Deity. That makes 2 for him on the round. Looking worse for wear though, only 13 HP. He's gonna go ahead and dump the rest of his util. There goes the Molly, and Enders onto Razor. Ace plants the bomb, and this is gonna be a 2-on-4. Price gets 1 with the op, and PK Freeze rotating all the way through B side.
Should be another save coming in from the CTs here.
Almost definitely. Once again, you have to save that op. You have a couple rounds to play with. It's still not quite a tie game. Especially on CT side, you want to at least get 6.5. And I don't mind the save at all. You know, you've got an M4 with a little bit of util, as well as the op are still in play. Price then misses the initial shot, and Enders, the backstab does not come to fruition. PK Freeze takes him out with the M4A4, and the op will be saved.
And I think we should be seeing a light buy coming in from PA here. But they do take a timeout. Got to discuss this.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, just continuously having to save with multiple players is not what you want, especially coming into map 3.
Looks
where you
like
have to
we
get as
will
many
be
rounds on
forcing
CT
up.
as possible. Yeah, they're going to force this. Just enough money to get a half-decent force on this.
They're squeaking a buyout. Not a lot of util to speak of.
Your PK Freeze only has 2 nades and probably only 2 as well. The
That
rest of them
being
have enough for a retake and maybe block a rush. But Enders, that's weird.
Not electing to buy any util.
I was about to say he doesn't have money for the util, but no one's dropping him any as well. So he might just post up and just hold an angle. There he goes. Full aggression towards no man's land. Azor opening things up with a nice molly or a grenade kill into Fresh, and Price swings out with the op onto Enders. Price again, this time onto Michael Sark, and a Razor onto Zulf. Ace of Wonder, but the fragging ITL takes down Deity, trying to make something out of this, but Razor with the quick trade, only a single CT falls. And that makes this another strike for Pachanga Pandas. 5-3 in their favor.
I mean, that A hit has been working out for ABW so far, but it looks like PA has drummed up somewhat of a response.
Response has been good. Back and forth, this game has been quite unforgiving for both sides of the team. And now Zolf is down to a Mac 10, as is Ace of Wonderbow. And no
Four goes towards Ivy, Fresh shoots a nade. Going out towards Ivy, jiggling out, swinging out, Molly's out, fires, nothing there.
The CT Molly is going to go ahead and stop any immediate push, but they're going to go ahead and
have
pop
the
it out.
smoke out. Looks like they're going Ivy to B. We have a player going towards Ton 2, seeing if they can get the pick here. Razor going out, sees one, falls back, gets taken out by Ace of Wonderbow. 2 going towards the B side, running towards. Enders clearing connector. Clears it, sees one, gets one.
Enders, nice patient wait on the mid reaggression as Deity pulls all the way over the tunnels. And PK Freeze, nice trigger discipline, gets one but not quite 2. And it's off the Deity in a 1v3 scenario. Gets 1 and he's going to have to fall back. That Molly absolutely demolishes his health and he's going to have to play this smart. Another save for Pachanga Pandas. Man, this is... At what point do you just have to put your foot down and just stop it?
Good little bit of damage there, but not the health or the util to work with a retake there.
No, yeah, absolutely not. That's going to be another solid plant and post plant for First Sun, forcing Pachanga Pandas to save a rifle. Bomb will go off, and that's going to make this once again a one-score game.
You know, both of these, or the 2 maps leading up to this, have been absolutely tight games leading into the first half, and it looks like Train is going to follow the same pace here.
I do believe you're right on the track, brother. Be interesting to see what they decide to buy up. Zulf with the scout this time around. CTs can opt for another full buy. Albeit Razor doesn't have a lot to work with util-wise. He's going to go ahead and get the FAMAS. He was opting between FAMAS and M4, but I think he's going to save a little bit of money for the next round, just in case. PK Free is trying to get aggressive from B main towards top of Pop Dog. Gets absolutely nothing. The first one to fall. Izor and Deity quick frags of their own. Zulf with the trade though, and Michael Sark as well onto Price. That leaves Razor in a 1v3 clutch scenario. He just bought the FAMAS, no util to speak of. He might be able to pick some up off of his dead teammates if there's any left. The 1 and 2 taps are good. He takes down Zulf, but Ace of Wonderbow and Michael Sark have a lot more HP. He's going to have to play this pretty quickly. Bomb is ticking down. I know he's on side as well. Michael Sark playing this really smart. Oh, and Razor didn't see him running up from the connection.
And Michael Sark cleans him up.
A good cleanup by Michael from connection. And that's going to make this a 5-5 game. Pachanga Pandas struggling now against this T side of First Sun. They were looking pretty solid at the beginning of this first half. Now a little bit shaky. Now they're down to pistols as well. Price opting to go for Yeehaw dualies. Interesting purchase.
Looks like we will see a little bit of a stack coming in. Or never mind, Ix that
Let's see, they get a rush.
B-hole run.
Rush B-holes. Michael Sark absolutely destroys.
Down. Awful
Right by
trip.
DD.
PK Freeze goes down. One more in Pop Dog. Will Fresh gets the connection. Gets one. Gets two on the spray transfer, and that makes it 5-6. PA 2 ABW.
Jay Fresh making this CT set of Pachanga Pandas his absolute bitch. A quad for him on that previous round. Looking good in the neighborhood. 14-6 on the game. Fresh has been a breath of fresh air for this T side.
Absolutely. He's just been dominating the A box from the E box position. A site by the E box position. Taking up multiple kills, a couple of rounds in a row now.
Pretty much just been the Fresh game. And a solid hallway rush by this T squad. Ooh, Molly's no good. They're going to Molly themselves off a little bit. Going to run through it. PK Freeze right through the smoke.
Upper position.
Oh, Anders with the TK. That's not what you want, brother. On his Zolf. Come on, big dog. Bomb will go
PK
down.
Freeze got a timing on the plant. Plant goes down. PK gets one.
Michael Sark onto PK though, but Price and Razor get trades of their own. It's going to be a 3-on-1. Anders has to hold it off. Doesn't matter. Razor through the smoke takes him out, and the defuse is going to come in, making it a 6-6 half.
I mean, what can you say but this is an absolute slugfest. Every single map has been extremely close in the first half.
Blow for blow.
6-6 on Ancient, 7-5 on D2, and now we're back to 6-6 on Train. Absolutely great showing from both teams here in the finals recruit.
And First Sun, we're not afraid to take it to the CT side. Be very aggressive with their plays. It'll be interesting to see if First Sun do anything of the sort. And we are off. Hopefully this goes within regulations. If it goes to OT, I might just go ballistic.
That would go absolutely crazy.
That would be absolutely nuts.
Price M trying to open up this second half. Didi pushing very hard with the rest of his team over towards Ivy, towards the back of Alpha site. Razor and PK Freeze to both to kill their own. Razor, scratch that, make it two of his own. He's going to go for the plan as well. Michael Sark over by what used to be a ladder. Gets one, gets two, gets three!
Oh my, Michael Stark with the 3K.
With the three, it's going to be a
Sark
1-on-2.
On for the ace.
Let's see, the ace clutch and the defuse.
I believe.
You could very well get this. He's going to tap it. Gets four! Almost with
Four.
the ace. PK
No
Freeze
help.
only has 6 HP. He's got plenty of time to work with. He's got to rush this now.
Michael
He's got the ace, and he'll get the defuse. What an absolute masterclass by Michael Sark. That makes him 10-6 on the game.
God is my witness. He has torn PA in half.
Torn PA in half indeed.
I'm at a loss
What
for
an
words.
opening to this second half.
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
God.
The
That is-
ace and defuse on pistol round. Just when your team needs it, Fresh comes in hot.
We will be seeing a force out of PA. Bomb did go down.
It's the smarter play by PA. They're gonna probably get aggressive with this play again. You've got a fuck ton of Mac 10s with just one Galil. A little bit of util as well. Pretty light util on the CT side as well. You've got what? A single nade for both Ace and Fresh, 2 for Zolf. Zolf opting out to use the scout now. Hasn't really
Definitely an
worked out.
interesting pick.
Hasn't really worked out to his favor. He's 5-10 so far in the game. Hasn't had the impact we really want him to see. Looks like Dita will just rush through Ivy towards the back of the site with a Mac 10. He gets the opening kill onto Ace and Wonderbow. Anders with a quick trade, but Razor right there to respond. And Fresh with the FAMAS going to swing out. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. The double swing from two directions. And Michael Sark can fall back. He can get mollied out from connection. And Zolf with the scout. Gonna go swap out for the Mac 10. Picking every single corner. And they almost... Interesting choice to go for the quick gun swap. Michael Sark looking worse for wear. He's going to fall back with his tail tucked between his legs and just save the FAMAS.
Disciplined play you'd expect to see from ABW. 15 health, no util. Got to save that gun.
Yeah, I was about to say, as easy as you can with the CT economy. DD will fall to the bomb. Not necessarily the worst thing in the world. They didn't have a really great buy anyway. They can buy up with this again.
And just that PA with the staircase on pistol. But they had a pretty good response, bringing the game to 7-7. It's anyone's game.
I'm wondering if we're going to see some pace out of ABW this round. You know, on the first map, they showed some very aggressive eco plays. On the second map, not so much. Let's see how they decide to play their CT half on train here.
First center just going to opt towards the A site once again. You've just got Zolf hanging around towards Bravo. But now, Pachanga Pandas, a nice little walk through Ivy towards back of site. Michael Sark holding with the FAMAS. Oh, he's going to calm them out too. He knows exactly where they're at. Mike at one, gets nothing. DD and Razor with a quick couple of kills, and Price as well. Scratch out Price with a double. And it's off to Zolf. He falls quickly thanks to Razor's AK. And that is a very nice response from the Pachanga Pandas.
PA showing ruthless aggression through Ivy, through A main, snapping on ABW.
Yeah,
and
that's the kind of coordination you got to see from PA to really start to bring back this T half on train. Train is not known to be a T-sided map, so PA does have an uphill battle here.
Yeah, but they've shown the coordination that they need to potentially win this in regulation. Looks like they're going to drop the bomb towards T spawn. And maybe go through for a little walking tour throughout the tunnels towards B. Azor watching for any alert. He heard Zolf come up. The quick double alert is good. Razor though, Michael Sark with a quick trade. Azor once again, this time on a Michael Sark. Makes it a little bit more doable in their favor. This time Fresh coming up all the way from A site on towards the stairwells. And in the very back of sight. Over towards CT spawn. Trying to wait for the poke out. He is good. A headshot onto Azor, but Didi gets a trade onto Fresh. That just leads into Ace of Wonderbow and Enders. But the frag will take him out. And it's all up to Ace of Wonderbow. And a 1v3 potential retake. And he's just going to go ahead and call for the save.
Definitely the smart move if you're ABW here. You know, your eco's hurting. You have a little bit of loss bonus to play with, but I still don't believe they're going to be able to squeak out a buy here. They're going to have to play with Ace of Wando as the hero rifle.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough next round. 17 is going to be a really awkward position. So that also begs the question, do you have Ace with the hero M4? Does he like hold B side by himself and let the rest of them?
Yeah. If I was in
ABW's
shoes, I would definitely stick Ace Wando holding lower on B site here. You know, generally speaking, you want to play a 4A default on train because you have that quick rotate through column.
A singular flash for Zolf with a couple of upgraded pistols. But Ace Wonderbow with the hero M4. The hero we need, but maybe we don't deserve. Azor once again, this time he's playing a little bit farther back on Ivy, maybe waiting for a potential pistol rush. They know the CTs don't have the best economy. Fresh, though, might make first contact. They're going to hear him drop as well. He's going to stick out. Razor opening kill onto Enders. PK onto Ace of Wonderbow as well. Absolutely cracking the CTs in half. Price with a multi-kill as well. It's all up to Michael. An ugly spray, but Azor completes the round.
I mean, things are starting to look dire for ABW. This rifle round is do or die for ABW.
is tough. Pachanga Pandas already at double digits. And Price M looking really hot on the game. 2.14 KD, 15 and 7 with 3 assists.
Hey, it took him 2 maps to wake up, but thank God he did. He's playing a lights-out game on train here.
Let's say just when they need him most, he's coming swinging hard.
The price is indeed right on the third map with a 2.14, finally showing up when it matters most on game 3.
And Zolf opting to buy the AUG again. We'll see if he can make a difference with it. He's 6 and 14 on the game so far. Not the most impactful of players so far this map. And there's not a lot of util between all of them. At most, 3 grenades. Zolf has only 1. Once again, Azor very slowly walking towards Ivy, towards back of B side, or A side. Connections made. Price goes down to 2 HP, but Enders takes a lot of hits in return. Enders, maybe a swing over through the smoke by Ivy, makes no connections this time around. Now he's going to go ahead and wait with Fresh, but Fresh is going to go back up towards the stairs, towards the B. And he gets the drop onto PK Freeze. It's a nice opening kill.
Price him, tagged down to 2 also.
Yeah, indeed, he gets a trade this time onto Enders. Makes it an even man game for each. Plenty of time to work with, though. Pachanga Pandas opting to play this round a lot slower than normal. Azor gets a little sugar happy, but Razor gets the trade, but Fresh takes on Price M as well. Fresh as well onto Deity, and Michael Stark finishes a round onto a Razor. Yeah,
great round from ABW, just clawing for life.
That's the absolute perfect round that you need in order to keep this game somewhat manageable.
You know, it's definitely competitive, but ABW still has to string together another 2 rounds before the T-Eco looks any worse for wear.
Price M now going to go ahead and purchase the op. Be interesting to see if he gets any solid connects. He might poke out a little early with this. He has no util. Oh, and the molly bounces off of Deity's face. Oh no! Bounce off of Deity's face. It doesn't matter. Anders aggressive towards No Man's Land, gets the double, but Price M with a trade with the op. He can make this a 5-on-4 though, still in the CT's favor. Who can re-smoke?
Razor and Enders about to collide.
Smoke is bad. Razor just being so patient on this round.
Beautiful Molly in the connector. Razor with the frag connecting. Razor going into Olaf. Price M going down. Fresh picking up bomb train, getting one and going down to Razor. One attempt picking out, goes down to Razor, and that is 8-11 PA.
And Razor, by the skin of his teeth, making it out of the round. He had a quad kill for that last round.
Yeah, and I think we do see a timeout coming from ABW here. You know, they got to discuss this big decision. Looks like we will be going for a bye on ABW's side.
And this is the final timeout that they have. So it's now or never.
Yeah, I mean, Fresh has been absolutely absolutely killer in getting those early picks onto A, but they got to figure out some way to maneuver their B players over there a little bit sooner. I don't think we've seen more than 1 B hit coming in from PA this half.
I think maybe 1, maybe 2. And it's really crazy, like, as tight as the score seems, 8-11, 3 of the 5 first-sun players have a KD below 0.6.
Yeah.
Through the jaws of defeat, they're just absolutely squeaking their way by, just barely. But now this is pretty much the do or die round.
Yeah. Literally do or die. No matter what, from here on out, if PA takes this trend, you have to force the rest of the game until you get it to OT.
Once again, Zolf opts to buy the scout. Razor takes a lot of damage, though. Absolutely eats a nade. No kills coming through just yet. Pachanga Pandas still trying to play this a little bit smarter, a little bit slower than what typically one might think. They've been playing pretty aggressive throughout the entirety of this series. Enders getting the opening kill onto Deity, though. And Enders, once again, re-swinging through the very edge of no man's land towards T-spawn and absolutely catches Razor out. And that's going to make this even tougher for Pachanga Pandas to bring this to match point and series point. Price M, a surprise jump, but Azor finally getting the first kill for this T side, taking down Fresh. And he's going to go ahead and play this even more slowly, just opting to walk all the way through towards the very back edge of B site. Nay, just a fraction of a second too early. Almost caught him out, but Azor just lying in wait. They've got about 30 seconds left, so they can play for time on this. Spot at least 2 of the CTs out by connection. Zolf, a nice kill on the PK freeze with the scout, though. Bomb will go down. A delayed plant, and Price with the op. A nice banging headshot. Zolf with the scout onto Azor, but the plant is made, and it's a 1v3. Price with 1. Already with 2.
That's 2.
Almost a quad for the clutch, but it doesn't matter. Enders coming up with the triple kill and the defuse to make this just that much more difficult for Pachanga Pandas. 9 on the board for First Sun.
ABW hanging in there like their life depends on it, and it absolutely does. Bringing this to a 9-11 recruit finals.
The economy for Pachanga Pandas still looking rather fine.
Yeah, and
Price M buying another op.
ABW's eco not looking too great. Fresh with an FAMAS and Zolf with another scout.
That's one of like the worst parts about being stuck on the CT economy, is that even when we come out with some of those clutch plays, you're still working with a pretty tough buy for the next round. Enders almost getting caught out with his util. Might not be expecting the second player. Gets caught with the molly, but he is able to fall back just with 1 HP down. Fresh with the FAMAS, spots at least 1 over towards middle, pushing towards no man's land. A spam with the FAMAS nets him nothing though. So they know it's going to be a hay hit. 2-prong push. Enders finally opening up the round with a kill onto Deity with the op. Still posted up towards A site. Pachanga Pandas are committed to this. Price M onto Fresh this time. A 1-for-1 trade with the operators.
Oh, that's Enders.
Price with a crazy shot.
Like Neo from the Matrix, Price M ducks the shot and gets a double for his work. Onto Michael's Razor onto Ace Wonderbow. The USP spam from Zolf comes through as well, and Zolf trying to pick up a weapon, doesn't matter. PK Freeze finishes out the round with the AK, and that's going to bring this to match and series point for Pachanga Pandas.
ABW looking grim here. PA in pole position here, 12-9. Can they give it all? They got 1 more round to win recruit championships, or can ABW force it to playoffs? Not playoffs.
Overtime.
Overtime. Who knows?
First Sun have to play the game of their fucking life. You've got 3 MP9s, an upgraded pistol, and a FAMAS. This is probably the weirdest force up to match to force up to OT.
Enders
Razor and Azor.
Ace One goes down. Michael Stark goes down.
Razor with a double Azor with 1 of his own. Fresh down to 7 HP. Zolf really, oh my lord, have mercy.
Speaking out, gets 1. Has a timing out PK Freeze. Goes down to PK Freeze, and that is it. PA 13-9. Our recruit champions.
Yes, sir. Looking hot. And Price M, what a game for the Opera. 23-11. Razor looking hot too. 22-14.
I mean, absolutely lights out game from Price M. It just took him to map 3 to wake up, but by God, he woke up.
Man, what a surprising trio of games that we've had tonight. Oh my lord. Making it ever so close every time. And First Sun, Fresh with 18-16. and 13-13 for Michael Sark. Some solid play by some of the First Sun players, but man, that map 3 was tough.
Oh, absolutely.
If I'm First Sun, you've got to go back to the drawing board at this point and just, draw something up, because they had some interesting plays, especially on their CT side. They had some good responses for Pachanga Panda's heavy aggressive plays, but in the end, they just couldn't stick with it. And it really showed, especially when it comes towards the stat lines. 0.7 KD for Enders, 0.56 for Zulf, and Ace Wandabo 0.41. The fragging IGL not looking too hot for this map 3. Just whenever you really need him to come into play. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, Train.
I think both teams, regardless of win or loss, should leave with their heads held high. ABW still had a very strong performance throughout the entire season, and especially in the postseason. Maybe things didn't quite connect on train, maybe things were a little bit underbaked, but I still think they did as good as they could have done, and I think they should still be proud of themselves.
Oh, 100%. It's
Yeah.
funny. Last time I casted a grand final for the postseason, it was Premier Grand Final, and it was the bottom seed Dragon franchise. It was the Dragons, and I casted every single playoff game that they had, and they were the bottom seed, and they came out and won. I think on map 3. It was the map 2. I think it was a 2-0 actually, and now we see Pachanga Pandas, bottom seed of the playoff standings, coming in hot. Take it to map 3 on train, where neither team has really played besides one game previously in the postseason only alone. And they come out 9-13, looking really hot on the stat board and on the score line. And congratulations to Price, Razor, Freeze, Azor, and Deity. Man, job well done. Pat yourself on the back. Like, you've earned that trophy.
Absolutely. I mean, that was almost purely a mental game. Both teams going back to back, trading round after round, pick after pick, and PA just came out on top. They definitely earned that.
They were going for blow, slapping meat. It was an incredibly competitive finale, but PA just, I guess, wanted it more. And that brings us to the finale of Recruit.
Yeah. And I mean, you couldn't really have it any other way. You have Dust 2, one of the puggiest maps out of like the entire fucking pool. And then you have Train, a map that neither team has played, and it comes down to the wire, damn near OT. Like, this is probably one of the most fun grand finals I've seen in CSC.
And also a great story for both teams. Both teams knocked out a seed that they had no business beating. ABW knocking out Cow 2-0 and PA knocking out Wet 2-0. I mean,
now,
2 dominant runs to finals from both teams.
Gentlemen, who do we want to bring in as our interview for our Impact Player of the Night for the Recruit Championships?
And Loki, I kind of want to interview Razor.
I was just going to say Razor too.
Probably Razor. Yeah, get him in here.
Let's say if we can get Razor on the line, it'd be awesome. Production has told us we're getting all of the party animals in here. We're going to cut to a quick break.
In the house tonight, baby.
We're going to cut to a quick break. We're going to get all of Pachanga Panda's team in here. We'll be back just in a moment. And we are back live. We have Price M, Razor, PK Freeze, Orzoyo, and Didi. Congratulations, gentlemen. You are Season 16 champions for Recruit Cheer. How does it feel?
Unbelievable.
It's fucking awesome.
Terrifying.
This
Awesome
was
and terrifying.
This is a Cinderella story right here.
Hell yeah. I was about to say, your season was pretty rough. Started off hot with a 3-win streak, and then just couldn't really connect anything else. It was pretty rough going for the rest of the season, going 3-7. But then you absolutely beat the shit out of Blunder Battalion in a nice three-game win, and then absolutely beat the piss out of Mist 5-13, 9-13, and then take it to map 3 in the grand final on Train. Man, Cinderella story.
Yeah, we knew we could beat. We knew Razor the whole time was saying, like, best of threes are a different story, and like we can go in and beat anyone. And we just, we finally played good. I don't know. Our communication got better, and we really just heated up individually, and we're working much better as a team.
And you put in a lot of prep work, which like helped a ton too.
Yeah, a bit, here and there.
Yeah, we were
Did you
were
prep for Train at
very
all?
organized.
Yeah,
I
for
just
sure.
showed up.
But yeah,
Bro just showed up.
Yeah, it was kind of a gamble to start trying to play Train in the playoffs because we got like a couple decent scrims and pugs here and there, and then yeah, we decided basically like we had to do something to try to move the needle against teams that had better records than us, and I think that's part of what brought us all the way here.
So Train was sort of like an audible call for y'all, I assume. Like, hey, like we haven't played this all season.
Yeah.
Let's try it out now. Especially because I don't think hardly any team played Train throughout like the regular season. But I mean, y'all made it work.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
played some interwar games with the
yeah.
contender and prospect team, and we just played it really well. And I was like, let's just play it.
Why not?
'Cause we knew we didn't want to play a couple maps that we wanted to avoid, and we were like, well, we can play Anubis, we could play Ancient. Let's try throwing Train in there. We played good on it.
You gotta respect the Train pick. I was hoping y'all went to Nuke, but Train just as much of a map to decide champions as any other. That was truly a great match to cast.
I'm a little bit curious. Were you guys prepared for the Dust 2 game?
Yes, we knew that
we
was
tried.
coming.
We
It's not
tried
our
to.
game.
We predicted all 3 maps. We knew what was going to happen as far as bans.
Yep. And we actually in preparation for the Dust 2 game, we actually scrimmed our contender team and we took them 13-11. So we
Damn.
felt really confident on that.
Nice.
I was gonna say on especially D2 and Train, everything looked super coordinated and super planned out. You guys did an incredible job on those last 2 maps.
I want
I'm
to
not
give
sure
a
what
shout
went
out
wrong
though
on
to the
Ancient.
organization though for helping us
Ancient was the
out.
one we were most confident on. That's
Yeah.
Clueless
Things
I
went
think
well
I
together.
think honestly we were still
they were
like,
really stronger though.
nervous.
Obviously,
We were nervous too. It's just very
Yeah.
we're
a lot of
nervous.
nerves.
Nervous for the Ancient game, and then we we kind of had like a little powwow in between games. Kind of said like we're not losing it, and then came out Dust 2 swing.
Hell yeah.
Well-
Looked really good on our end. Honestly, I was surprised. You guys played pretty aggressively. I liked the coordination between all of y'all, especially whenever it came to map 2 and map 3, looking like seasoned professionals. Honestly, couldn't even tell that y'all were struggling throughout the regular season. As hard as the fights y'all were given towards First Sun.
Yeah,
Just wanna
that's definitely what we were missing mid-season, I think. I don't know if we were getting lazy or if things just weren't gelling right, but I'm proud of how we worked through it because things were pretty rough after 7 losses, so
Yeah, it was.
It's
It
a
was
long
actually.
season.
It was,
but we never
it
gave
was-
up. So
No,
I
yeah.
did. At the end of the 7th, we found out that we were in playoffs on Monday at
Monday.
like 7 o'clock, and we were playing the
Jesus.
next game at 9 o'clock. Like,
I hadn't played all weekend.
I hadn't played all weekend.
Same.
I was like, all right, sweet. Like, I'm gonna start doing stuff on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and like, I made plans and stuff, and like, had to cancel them.
True
Yeah.
son of a gamer. Cancel those plans. CSC recruit finals on the line. You gotta respect that.
It's okay, man. It's okay. I was part of Cal's team last season, so you guys did a lot better than me. I was
Well, I got
I was like 1-11.
I gotta say, like you guys were saying, best of threes are a different animal, and you guys definitely showed that. Lost out on map 1, but map 2 and 3, absolutely dominant performances, I gotta say. The score lines were close, but a lot of those rounds were early in the favor of you guys.
Yeah, I got a couple dicey, areas late sometimes. That one ace pistol against us really.
Yeah,
That Michael
Sarky
Sharp
was
went off.
yeah, that was
couldn't believe
crazy. I was
but
That was bad.
that was bad. That was bad.
we stuck
That
in
was-
there. It was
Listen, we
hard
were
to
freaking out in the
do.
booth about that shit.
It was good.
The-
Though. I feel like
We
every
were
time we
freaking
were
out up here on that. That was a crazy ace.
Yeah, they had
that
a
was-
lot of clutches. Yeah,
that was the
hard.
point
Everyone
where
stepped
I
back.
thought that we could lose it. And then like I yelled at everyone, I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, we
Yeah.
can't let that happen again. And then after that we just kind of just locked in.
Hey man, lock in, brother. I do want to say congratulations on Razor. I think you got a 1vx clutch on every single map tonight, if I'm not
Really?
mistaken.
Yes,
Yeah, you did. You
Oh,
did.
one-
Absolutely, you did.
You got 3 1vx's on Ancient, and then you got 1 on Dust 2, and then you got 1 on Train. That's actually
Damn.
insane. Bro,
That's
clutch
kind of insane.
daddy over here.
That's crazy. Yeah, can I get an admin request to change my name for that? I don't want to. Like,
Showbit, get in here, change the name Clutch Daddy, make it happen right now.
That's what I name. That's actually what I name my USPS Clutch Daddy. Congratulations, gentlemen. We won't hold you up any more longer. Congratulations. Enjoy the night, champions.
Seriously, celebrate, pop champagne, make it happen. Have a great
rain,
night,
baby.
y'all.
I got a
You
bit of
guys
wine.
have earned it. And here's to a beautiful next season of Recruit in CSC. But again, congratulations to PA for a standout Cinderella run for the Recruit Championship.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
GG's.
GG.
Gentlemen. And that was Pachanga Pandas team. A Cinderella story
Yippee.
indeed. From 3 and
Gotta love it.
7 to Recruit Series champions. Couldn't ask for anything else.
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. I mean,
No, yeah. I was going to say, like, that's what CSC is all about. Good, hard grassroots fighting, taking it to map 3 on Drain, and then just absolutely, like, smoking them. It was
Honestly,
excellent.
buckling in and doing what you gotta do.
really is just as much of a mental game as it is a regular game. Like just a Cinderella run, 3 and 7, 2 champions. You gotta fucking love it, dude. And also seeing Enders lose, that was awesome.
Seeing us lose was pretty funny.
Yeah,
But I
looks
think-
like he will spend another senior year in Recruit.
Yup.
Oh Lord. We'll see when numbers crunch everything out next season. But I think that'll do it all for us tonight over here on the primary stream. I am your friendly neighborhood Smokey. Alongside me tonight was Counter-Strike, Mr. Cool, and our lovely observer Cameron King. We appreciate everyone coming out and watching this Recruit Series Championship night. That'll be all for the night. I hope you have a great one. Appreciate it.
Take it easy, gamers.
GG's.
Thank you.